everybody. It is Tuesday night, and that means it is time for Talking Movies with Sean, Kenny, and Jim. I'm Sean.
I'm Kenny.
And I'm Jim.
And our special guest tonight is Corey from Wilkie's Movies and Music.
AKA the
rat bastard.
That's got to come from Jim.
I wanted Jim to say it because his voice just carries more weight.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is a special evening. We are graced by the presence of not only royalty in the Yam King, but in Corey, the rat bastard. Let's get it up for both of them, ladies and gentlemen, can we? As opposed to the mere mortals that are me and Sean.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. No, I'm just joking. No, it's fun to hang out with you guys again. Yeah, it's always a good time. So thanks for having me back on.
Thanks for being here, buddy.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
And just to clear up for any misconceptions in the audience who don't know by now, when I call Corey a rat bastard, it is truly a term of endearment. It is not an insult.
I love but I understand why you do it. But I love the disclaimer.
Yeah, because people are always like,
you're like, what the hell did Corey do to you? What did he do to you?
Nice guy. Why do you
what the hell, man? No. I'd get offended if
my show 5 times. He's never invited me on his. So,
whoa. Everybody, kung fu fight.
Bang, bang.
Pew, pew, pew.
No, I would actually get offended if you didn't call me that.
That's right.
At this point, I'd be like, I still remember that. Okay, not to go off on this, but I still remember the live stream where you first said that on there, and then later on, you sent me a message. Later that night or the next day, I can't remember, but you said, "Hey, man, I'm sorry if I went too far with the rat bastard thing," and I'm like, "No, man." Backstage, the 4 of us, we were like laughing our asses off and like saying, like talking about it for like ever. And I was like, I'm taking that. So that group, it was Anthony Hornmore, Sin from Sin's Corner, and Ashley, Zombie Girl. So that group, we kind of get together every once in a while and do. So anyway, the group chat, I renamed it to the Rat Bastard and Company. Right after that night, so it's been that ever since. So
I could die a happy man knowing I've left my mark on
you. You left. I will for always remember Corey the rat. No, honestly, it was so funny. But it was funny. You were like, "I'm sorry if I went too far." I'm like, "No, man. We were laughing so hard after that stream about that, and I'll take it."
Yeah.
So I'm wearing it as my badge of honor.
That's right. Wear that shit with pride.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we did want to state that tonight is the Drive-In Memories show, but we would be remiss if we didn't mark the passing of Dolly Parton, which happened today and was a shock to most of us, all of us.
Yeah.
National treasure.
Yeah, she absolutely, in more ways than one. I am not a big fan of country music, but I could listen to Dolly sing anything.
Voice of an angel.
Yeah.
Even if you're not into the music, I think she's just one of those people that she had that, I don't know, the personality or like she'd suck you in and be like, oh, she seemed like the coolest, like you'd want to sit down and have a glass of iced tea with her, or whatever, sitting on the porch. And, she just always seems like such a sweetheart and always just a positive personality.
Yep.
So.
Absolutely.
That is one person you'll never hear a bad anybody say about her. Anybody.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. I've never heard a bad thing ever about Dolly Parton.
If not across the country, but Tennessee is going to have their flags at half mast. I mean, for that.
Oh
thing.
God, yeah.
No, our idiot in chief, already said that he wants all flags, and they're already doing it in Washington.
I wouldn't doubt it. She just is one of those icons.
I didn't have a problem with it when I heard that. I was like, because as far as I'm concerned, she's a fucking national icon in every sense of the word. So.
And can you think of too many other people that has spanned so many decades? I mean, I remember being a little kid where my parents had, some vinyl records we'd throw on the turntable. And this was like, early 80s or something. And she's already been going for a while and spanned the decades.
70 years.
Yeah. I mean, just crazy. And I don't know. It's crazy. She was, you just don't hear any bad things. So like to have somebody that spanned that much time, was that famous, is that known, recognizable, I'm sure she was very well off, whatever, but it seemed so down to earth and not, I just never heard any like really horrible or bad stories or anything about her. And I hope I never do, but I'm just saying, like, she just seemed like such a good person, and like took it in stride and stayed humble from where she came from. You know,
I remember there was a pinball machine at the bowling alley down the street that had Dolly Parton on it. Remember the Dolly Parton pinball machine?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't get to see it in the drive-in, but early young Corey got to see Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, and that was one. That was one that. Sorry for the language on your channel, because I know Jim never cusses around here. So.
Yeah, fuck you.
But it was fun seeing her pop up in some movies back in the day as well. And that wasn't the only one, but that was one I remember seeing in the
9 to 5.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
A revelation, because she wasn't an actress. That was her
Mm-hmm.
acting debut, and here she is next to Lily Tomlin,
Oscar
comedic genius, and Jane Fonda, multiple Oscar winner, and she blew them both away.
Oh yeah,
she is the best thing in that movie by far, and I love everything about that movie. But she's a force of nature in that movie.
She's just that personality. I don't know what it is, but she could just make anybody like her. I think
the thing that I'll always love when I think about Dolly Parton, I'll remember when I was a kid. She was on Dinah Shore or Merv Griffin. I don't remember which. Okay, but she was being interviewed, and they said, "How are you able to keep that figure with that tiny little waist as you get older?" And she said, "Well, my mama always told me nothing grows in the shade." And it was just the way she said it. It was like, that's fucking awesome.
And then you're just sitting there like, this is why I love you so much. No, she just seemed like very down to earth. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was cool.
And Lori threw in the chat, I was going to bring this up.
Yeah.
The Imagination Library that she was responsible for gave away 300 million books to kids. And that was a program she ran. She'd give away free books to kids from birth till school age at no cost, no matter what their income was. And Lori and I donate to them religiously every year. So
that's cool.
I
honestly wouldn't be surprised.
The best.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised. She's like one of those people that she probably did way more than you'll ever know. Like just not to draw attention. I mean, not that saying it's a bad thing. Like sometimes it's great to have a something like that, and you can bring attention to it and like rally people around and draw funds for a good cause. But I'm just speculating, but I would not be surprised if there was so many other things that she did that just was behind the scenes that she just did not speak about, but she supported and was charitable with.
I'm sure we'll hear a lot of those stories coming out in the next few days.
Plus, Dollywood's
at least one. I can't remember the specifics about it, but I guess it was made public. But she paid for something, and I'm like, oh wow, that was really cool of her. She didn't have to do that, but I can't remember what the specifics were. But I know it'll come up.
Yeah, just a class act all the way around.
Yeah,
absolutely.
The world is a lesser place without her.
Yeah,
let's put it that way.
And Texas loved the satanic messages from playing their records backwards.
Satan, 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 Satan.
I knew Jolene sounded a little different when you played it backwards.
She did a metal album last year, I think it was. The year
she did a rock album, yeah.
She put out a single with Rob Halford, and she sang with Rob Halford, among others, at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She was just great. So we will all miss her dearly.
Absolutely.
80 years old. And I broke the news to one of my coworkers today, and she literally went hysterical for 30 seconds. And I was just like, shit, I didn't want to be the first one to tell you, but damn.
No, Kenny told me, and my exact words to him were, fuck, now I got to go tell my wife, who is the biggest fan on earth. And let's just say, I mean, she took it better than I thought she would, but yeah, she's upset,
Oh, 2023 is when the metal album came out. Thanks, Ken.
Okay.
Yeah, that was after she was inducted into the Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and she was like, I'm not a rocker. Because originally she was like, fuck you, why are you doing this,
Right.
Yeah.
But then after that, she was like, you know what, I better do a rock and roll album. And by all accounts, it was a good album.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, excuse me.
All right. we are here tonight to do the Drive-In Memory Show, which is going to be all about nostalgia, about drive-ins. We don't really have a set format or any special way we're going to start the show. All of us grew up with drive-ins as part of our life as a kid, which probably in some way, shape, or form, or definitely in some way, shape, or form, shaped our love of movies and, the experience of going to the movies, that whole thing. And it's something that is not impossible to find now, but it's getting harder and harder to find. But it is still out there. So we want to encourage people, if they do have a drive-in nearby, definitely go to them. And I'm gonna give the history of a couple of drive-ins that I used to go to as a kid. Not that I want to teach you anything, but I just thought it was interesting as I was researching these. Yeah. But I just thought it was interesting that they all opened around the same time and just had very similar lifespans, except for one of them. And I'll get into that later. But so I guess the first thing I'll ask is, and I'll ask Corey first, since you're our guest, do you have a favorite memory from a drive-in, or is there one memory that sticks out more than anything else?
Not trying to cheat out on this. I don't think there's one specific memory, but it was the time with a lot of family. So we very rural farming community, and we had some aunts and uncles and cousins that all lived within a relatively, nobody was moving away from, we were it was before people started like moving away, like long ways away. And there was this drive-in theater and a lot of cousins that we were probably within 10 years of each other, like a bunch of us. So we would get together and go to that. So it was just a cool, my memories were hanging out with my cousins, and they were like our best friends. We hung out, especially in the summer. We got together a lot. Going to the drive-in theater, going to the local pool or something like that, or having just putting some burgers on the grill, so it's so much different now, but we had a lot of cousins, like I said, around the same age, but we kind of thought of them more as just friends, and that was just our opportunity to hang out. And the folks and my aunts and uncles, they got to hang out, and then us kids got to run around and have a good time and stay up late watching movies. So we were like, hey, this is pretty cool. So I think it's just that family time that growing up, it was so sorry not to have a specific time, but I just will always remember getting to meet up and hang out with them at the drive-in.
What time and space like were you going to the drive-in? Like
this would have been '80s. So oh gosh, early. I mean, I remember going there pretty young. So I'm 76. So
really?
Sorry.
You look so young.
You moisturize.
Puts the lotion on the skin.
Please tell us your expulsion routine.
So 76. So, but I remember going pretty darn early. So I mean, I couldn't tell you the first year, but early 80s. Okay. All the way through the 80s. And then I think it was very early in the 90s, it went under the drive-in that we would go to. But there was a good decade there in the 80s. The 80s maybe crossing over to 90 a little bit, but there I remember going to it. So
nice. Cool. What about you, Kenny? Do you have
I didn't go to the drive-in that much. I asked my brother earlier today, hello Chris, if you're listening, about the movies, and we seen all of ours like 77 to 79, basically.
Okay.
It was the late 80s, and I know the happenings of it, because it would be my mom driving, my aunt beside her, my grandmom in the back holding the twins that were one or two at the time, and then me, my brother, and my two other girl cousins that were like sisters, like Corey said. They were like your best friends, you didn't do anything with. And me and Kara got the top on the Country Squire station wagon, because we were the oldest. We put a blanket out on top, and then Kimber and my brother would lay on the hood with theirs, while mom had the speaker and stuff. And we didn't need the speaker, because it was just the fun of just being outside watching a big ass screen compared to a little 13-inch black and white at home,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you're watching this and it's like, color? Is that color?
Yeah.
You know? So,
Right.
and basically the movies that we've seen were all 6 of the movies that we've seen were Disney movies because we were that age. We were like 7, you know. And yeah, we just had a good time. We couldn't afford the concessions, so my mom would pack sodas.
We did, yeah.
And in remember the styrofoam coolers?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So she would pack like treats for us in that, and then she would wrap the 12-ounce soda cans in aluminum foil to keep the coldness, you know. So we would, you know, and they were all like ShopRite brand or Acme brand. So basically, if it was like, if you wanted a Coke, it was cola. Basically, a white can. Mr. Dan knows this from going to Pathmark, and on the East Coast, a white can that said cola or root beer or orange, you know, like that. So that's basically what we did, and we just like, and we thought we were like the coolest people in the world. We were eating outside, you know, watching a big screen, you know,
having a picnic while you're doing.
Yeah,
absolutely, we did that too.
Yeah, that was basically our. I remember it because I was asking my brother if he remembered another one, and the 2 that he knew was Gus, the Kicking Mule, and the original Freaky Friday with Jodie Foster.
Yep.
So those were the 2 that he really remembered, and he doesn't remember a damn thing, my brother. He remembered that because he just remembered being on the hood with Kimber. You know, so that's mine.
Okay,
basically.
That's cool. Yeah, so at least you got the mileage out of the admission price by packing the car up like that.
Yeah, at that time I was like 7, you know, at the time, so it was like I didn't know, you know, I thought you just went. I didn't know my mom had to pay, you know. For this. I thought it was just like, oh, we're going on a picnic to watch a movie. I had no idea.
I'll say that as well. We didn't have a ton of, I know there's people that were way worse off than us, but we didn't have a ton of money. And so we did the same thing. We packed the cooler, made some sandwiches and popped some popcorn at home and brought that along. And once in a while we got to get some stuff from the concession stand, but it wasn't, I mean, we usually packed it in there, but one of the aunt and uncles and some of my cousins lived closer to where the drive-in was. And sorry to hijack this and like start.
Not at all.
But they would have nights where you pay by vehicle, not by per person. So we would all load up, like I said, rural farming community, a lot of trucks. So we'd all meet up there, and how many kids and lawn chairs and coolers and kids sit in the back of the bed of the truck. You'll be pull 2 trucks with all these kids like piled in the back of it. So I'm sure we get in trouble today if you did that, but it was like pay per vehicle. So we'd just like load up with coolers and lawn chairs and blankets and try to get as few vehicles as possible. So lessen the price, you know, it's a lot cheaper than taking us all to the movie theater. But even though at the time, I think that theater in town was 99 cents a movie when we would go into it. I always remember the person sitting at the counter, and this is off track, sorry, but they would have a pile of pennies.
Yep.
Give you the penny, and then they'd have a penny donation night where you could say, you can take my penny and put it towards the fireworks this year, you know, in town or whatever, you know, or the school.
Awesome.
But
That's
anyway,
cool.
Yeah. So it was a cost saving thing. Yeah. Pack your own food. And when you had the per vehicle and not per person charge, those nights, we definitely hit those a lot.
Yeah, that's the same with my family. We were not very well off at all when I was growing up. And so when we went to the movies, we went to the drive-in. We didn't go to the theater. And there was 2 theaters in our town at the time, you know, single screen theaters. And I went to those maybe once or twice a year, depending on what was showing. But the drive-in, almost every week we were at the drive-in. If the movies changed, we went. And I was just trying to remember some of the movies that I saw at some of the theaters, and it's just like crazy variety that my parents would take me to see. I'll get into the specifics later, but it was just crazy. But yeah, the same thing. We would do it. I mean, I didn't realize it at the time because I was oblivious, you know, but we didn't have a lot of money, and it was only the 3 of us, you know, my mom, my dad, and me. And we were always at the drive-in. My dad was a big movie fan, so we always wanted to go to. He always wanted to go to the movies, and that was the cheapest way we could go and still afford it. Sometimes we would get the concessions, and that was one of my favorite things: the hamburgers that we get at the Hickory Drive-In in Hickory, PA, which is now Hermitage, PA. There's just something about them. They were awful, but I loved them. They were terrible. And sometimes I'll get one. If I get a hamburger out of a vending machine or something, it looks like really shitty. It'll be like, yeah, this reminds me of the drive-in, which is
remember
hilarious.
the drive-in.
Yep.
Our big splurge was if we got to, there was some time, well, Twizzlers would be the big splurge. I always liked the Twizzlers, but that didn't happen very often. But they would have a cotton candy machine and a snow cone machine. And so those were big deals if we got to go get a snow cone or a cotton candy machine or cotton candy. But.
Cool. What about you, Jim?
Well, to kind of add on to what both of you guys said with Kenny, yeah, definitely I saw all those Disney movies at the drive-in too. The Rescuers, Freaky Friday, Hot Lead and Cold Feet, fucking No Deposit, No Return, Super Dad. Yeah. Gus. I mean, yeah, so many of them. But there was 5 kids in my family. I was the youngest of 5. So back then, the drive-in, it was $5 for adults, but it was kids 12 and under were free.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, you piled everybody into the car. Now the year after I worked at the drive-in, they changed it to $5 a carload. Or no, I'm sorry, $10 a carload for one summer. And they broke records for how many fights they had that summer. Luckily, I didn't work there that summer. So then they discontinued that shit and went back to, regular.
Never
it's like
mind.
going to a concert with festival seating,
Right.
just kind of go nuts,
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like a favorite memory goes, that's like picking a favorite movie because, again, I have so many great memories from early childhood through my teen years, through the years that I worked there. But bearing that in mind, the very first movie memory I have, period, was at the drive-in.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
Nice.
And it's Battle for the Planet of the Apes.
Oh, nice.
From 1973. I was 6 years old.
Nice.
And I don't really remember the movie so much as going.
Yep.
Being so excited about going to the drive-in with my brothers and sister and seeing a Planet of the Apes movie on the big screen because up until that point I hadn't seen any of them, and oh yeah, man. I mean, after seeing this, I got the fucking play set and then the TV show started and yeah, the very first theatrical memory that I have is going to the drive-in to see this.
Man,
That's
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right around the time I started going was the early 70s. And we went to the drive-in as a family up until my parents got divorced in 77. But then my dad would still take me with his girlfriend of the moment. So he would,
Wow.
Yeah.
The apple doesn't
would
fall
sit
far
in the
from
back
tree.
seat with her, and if she had kids, they would sit in the front seat with me because that was back when you had the
Bench
not the bucket seats but the bench seats.
Yeah.
And we would sit up there, and of course we're watching the movie, and who knows what's going on behind us. But yeah, he would still take me to the movies at the drive-in until I complained about that. I was getting a little too old for that.
Close the window. You're letting the funk out.
I was going to say the same thing. Texas just posted the Mego action figures from Planet of the Apes.
Mm-hmm.
I had those. Yep.
Yeah, remember the cartoon
Is that the
too?
voice that you were talking about, Jim? Yep, for those. Okay. All right. Going to the chat. Let's see. Fred says drive-in theaters were once very popular. You could come in your normal clothes or your PJs. That's true. A lot of kids in PJs. You didn't have to get out of your car to get your snack. The waitress on skates brought it to you. We didn't have that, but
Yeah, we didn't have that.
We didn't have
that
that
would
either.
be awesome. But
I
sure
do remember pajamas being on a few of us when we were really young.
Oh,
because,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
We'll talk about it later, but like we were there for quite a long time, and so like a lot of times we'd be falling asleep before everything was done and everybody was heading home. But
Yeah.
Mom have to take all the kids to the bathroom.
yeah.
I'm a boy. I don't want to go in the girls' room. Shut up and get your ass in there. Yeah, I remember this.
You'll get in there and do it.
Ken, I've only been to a drive-in 4 times. The first one was the most memorable. Our parents let us sit in front seats. I don't know what that's like. And so I turned to my right. On the other screen was 2 naked women running through a jungle. Needless to say,
Starring Shannon Worry.
My brother and I paid more attention to that movie.
Nice.
That's awesome.
He's over there watching the Big Bird Cage or whatever.
Mr. Dan said also there was a drive-in on Route 130 that you could see the screen as you drove by.
Ours was that way too. So there was, it's just a blacktop that went on the back side of it. And there would be times we were driving by when the movies were going on, you could see the screen as clear as day. And I was like, oh, you could recognize the movie. And it was like, why can't we go right now? And we were like driving home or something like that. But ours was the same way. Yeah. You could, I'm surprised somebody just didn't sit out on the road and watch it. If there was like, some sexy lady screening going on that they could check out. But no, I do remember that as a kid, like seeing that and be like, oh, why can't we be there right now? And you see some movie going on that you recognized. Or
yeah, it's like the grass being greener on the other side of the track. That movie, no matter what it is more entertaining than what I'm going to do right now. So I'd rather be there.
Yeah, sitting in the back of a car. But...
Yeah. Oh yeah, Mr. Dan says back then most little league teams would sell candy that we would take to the movies.
Oh yeah.
Always
I do remember that too. Like the fundraiser things, like kids would walk around selling the candy bars to people sitting at their cars. But
yeah, car by car. Yeah.
Did you guys ever have a book fair at school?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because we used to have, but ours. That's why we have so many fat people in the world today, because our reward was water rice and soft pretzels. It's like if you sold this many books, you went to the book fair and stuff like that, and then you turned it in to get we had a right across from our little league field. It was right next to a fire company, and they had a water ice. I know we say it different. It's called like frozen ice, I guess, where you people are from. But it's
you people. What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people?
Outside of Philly, it's a whole different world. So you get water ice and a soft pretzel. So you thought you were, the king of Sheba at that time when you got that.
See, the royalty factor is coming through.
Yeah.
What do you mean? But I love earlier when you asked.
Fuck.
Yeah, but I love it. You're like, did you have book fairs? I'm like, of course. How else was I going to get my white Lamborghini Countach poster to put on my wall? I mean, come on. I mean, how else was I going to get that poster to put on my wall?
Mad Libs. That's where I would always get it. Those damn things. Remember Mad Libs?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And there were some of those choose your own adventure books. I always kind of dug those, and then I would like put a bookmark just in case I chose the wrong thing and I wanted to go back and cheat and like go. Anyway, that's too much information.
Daddy, don't touch me there. Choose your own
Ooh, all right, we're gonna go restart that part of the story over again.
And then I was in a room with a doll.
I don't know how many Lamborghini and Porsche posters were sold at those things, but
oh man,
I would go into those damn things like they would have the bookmobile. That would like a gigantic Winnebago, But I would go in there just for the sole purpose of looking for any book that was a movie tie-in.
Oh, okay, yeah, nice.
And I read some fucked up books. It's like, why are you selling this in an elementary school?
They're side-eyeing you like, are you sure you know what you're buying here, son?
Yep.
The choose your own adventure books were before the internet. Yep,
that's right. That's right.
And Ken
before we had video games in our hands a lot of the time too, or whatever. So
Ken says he wishes he knew the name of the movie. It looked like a 70s exploitation grindhouse film.
Oh, nice.
And Texas says that's the short for tomorrow.
Which one? Oh, we'll give you some more before the end.
Oh, trust me, they'll definitely have some more material later on. The night is young.
We're just getting started.
Yeah. So thank you, chat. You guys have been great. Keep it up. The you people. That's what he meant.
The you people.
What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean?
I'm trying to.
I just
trying
picture
to
Robert
find-
Downey Jr. every time I say that. Whatever. Sorry,
I'm
Kenny.
trying to
go ahead.
find. No, I'm trying to find the book that I had like begged my mom to that I get me at the book fair, and it was right after the '76 Olympics. It was Bruce Jenner. Remember? And I still remember him holding,
Yeah.
his arms
Yeah.
up, and it was $1.95, and my mom scraped up $2.
Nice.
On that Friday to get it for me. I think I read that fucking book about like 100 times and stuff, and was like, I recited it to her, and she goes, "Enough about Bruce Jenner. we know he won the medal. He won. He did good." So it was like, but I was
Time
like,
to move on.
Yeah, I was so, and then when he turned into a broad, I'm like, holy shit, what the hell's going on with him?
I tell you what, the book fairs, I always remember either buying a poster of a car there's no way I'd ever afford, a pencil I didn't need, or like a eraser or something to put on, and then like the choose your own adventure books. It seems like, or if you got really lucky, you have like the scratch and sniff stickers or something like that.
Yeah.
You could get. Remember those things? And they always smelled like crap too. But you still buy the things. But
And then
no.
Bruce
I think
Jenner
it
went
smells
on-
like root beer. Yeah. It
And
does smell
Bruce
like root
Jenner
beer.
went on to be on Chips. Remember, he was on Chips for a while too, as a cop.
Bruce
I don't
Jenner
remember.
was everywhere for a while.
Yeah, he was.
I don't remember
he was
that.
a national treasure.
He was in fucking can't stop the music with the Village People.
Oh,
That's
Tipped us
right.
off right then and there, man.
That's right.
Yeah. That's true.
Movie's awesome.
I told my story on the show before about the book fair purchase I made, which was the adaptation of The Jerk, which was not censored at all. And you look in the back, and there's Iron Balls McGinty. And I don't know why, but randomly I'll think of that character's name just because of that book. Not from the movie, from the book.
Yeah, when Kenny said the bookmobile, that was the first thing that popped into my head was you telling that story. Iron Balls McGinty book.
I wish I still had that book.
Oh, good old Iron Balls.
It's the best
Iron
joke
Balls.
in that movie. I'm sorry.
Put
How
that,
did you
put that
know
in,
it was Iron Balls
put that in
McGinty?
AI and see if you can come up with a cool song for that. The
What,
Ballad
for
of
Iron
Iron Balls.
Give me. So I've actually been playing around with a music AI thing. I said the one, the Rat Bastard.
That
one.
Rat Bastard song was awesome.
That was fantastic.
I was up way too late doing that, and I was like laughing my ass off. And I think it was like, my wife was like, why were you laughing like at 1 a.m? And I'm like, oh, listen. And she's like, no, you don't need to let me listen to it. But yeah, we'll get some more info from you, and we'll load it in there, and we'll see what kind of song we can come up with. For that.
Okay. That's cool.
No, that song was awesome. It really was.
Yeah, that was
I
amazing.
was laughing so hard that night. I was like crying.
Yeah.
So we talked about your favorite memory or lack thereof from the drive-in. So what, I guess, is now too early to go into the wildest story?
Yeah. I was gonna say
Pace ourselves.
what are some of the other movies you guys saw at the drive-in? Do you remember some of them?
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, because Kenny said that he saw a couple Disney movies. I mean, anything else, Kenny, besides
That's it.
just those?
Yeah, it was. We didn't. Like I said, we didn't have a lot of money. If our big entertainment was, I've told you this before, Saturday nights with a TV dinner in front of the TV watching Carol Burnett,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I got you.
and we could eat in the fucking living room.
I know it was awesome
That was
too. You're
special.
like,
With a tray. I mean, that was special.
oh, that I remember that.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I know.
It's like, look at us, we're
And
living
now I
it
eat
up
in
in
the
the
living room every
room.
goddamn night. If
Yeah.
I eat at my dining room table, it's a special night.
Yeah, I think,
Why are we out here in the the dining room? Why?
What's this room
I used
for?
to say to my mom, I said, Mom, remember when we used to eat in here on Saturday nights? And she goes, yeah. And I said, now I think the only time that we eat at the table is like Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, or something like that. And she goes, I know it's bad, because our thing was like sitting around the table and talking, and but yeah, it's a totally different generation now.
Oh yeah, I remember getting excited when Dad said, let's just grab the TV trays," and I'm like, let's go. Turn the TV on, let's go.
Turn up Name That Tune.
Yeah, exactly.
Fred makes a good point. The TV dinners later became frozen dinners. I don't know that kids today call them TV dinners.
I still
Probably
call them
not
TV dinners, but I'm not
I
a
do
kid,
too.
so
I do too. But...
I don't eat them
there you
anymore,
go.
though.
Salisbury steak TV dinners with the brownie for dessert.
Oh,
Those are the days. That was my favorite, man.
I remember they always had the peas and carrots with the carrots.
The little medley, the vegetable
yeah, the medley of them. Yeah.
You got to have that in there.
Try to skip those. Mom says, "No, you ain't eating the cranberry crumble until you eat that."
You're eating it all.
And you're like,
eating it all.
"But I don't want the cranberry crumble. There's a carrot in it."
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
True.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, there'd always be a random vegetable in this meat or in the
You
sauce.
go to pull it out, and it's like you get third-degree burns.
Yeah.
Good
A couple of them jump ship and get into the other food around there somewhere.
Yeah. Man, we are off topic, but I'll tell you
what. I do that.
TV dinners were never the same once they went from having the aluminum foil to the plastic.
Oh yeah. Yep.
When you could put them in the microwave, that was the end of the.
That's when they went to shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Ted
said my second memorable driving experience was in '95. My nephew and I saw Batman Forever. We poked holes in a soda can and smoked weed.
So are you sure you saw the movie? No.
Yeah. That'll be a running motif later, Ken. I guarantee it.
Yeah, and his nephew was Jim.
I was the dealer.
Yeah,
he was put the hole in the bottom of the can.
Yeah. See, you got leakage there. You got to get it tight.
That was the drive-in where the drive-in scene from The Outsiders was filmed. It caught fire in 2011 and burned down. It was rebuilt through private funds and then just deemed a historical landmark just for the weed.
For the weed.
Yeah, I did a little looking up on this. At the peak in the 50s, there was over 5,000 drive-in theaters. Now there's only 200 left.
Yep.
It was a big deal. I mean,
Well, that was the generation where that was the first generation of teenagers that had their own cars.
Yeah.
And that was the main reason that's why they were pumping out all those movies, back in the day, those old monster movies and all this and all that, because they needed product for those drive-ins.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they would, and Texas asked what the most oddball double feature that you've seen at a drive-in. You could get some weird pairings back in the 50s, but even in the 70s and 80s, I know there was a few weird ones that were at my drive-in. But yeah, I know they would pump out those B movies to pair them up with A pictures, and that's kind of where the A and B movie certification came from. Because they were meant to just run the drive-in circuit.
The oddest double feature that I could ever recall seeing, because I was going to bring it up later in the show, but Empire Strikes Back.
Mm-hmm.
Saw that at the Kino Theater up here in Kenosha, Wisconsin, which sadly is no longer there. They knew that movie was going to be such a fucking hit that they could put anything with it and they would sell tickets. So you know what they did? Instead of putting a movie before it, they put 45 minutes of Tom and Jerry and Bugs Bunny cartoons on before Empire Strikes Back.
Nice.
And started it a half an hour early, so you couldn't see the Bugs Bunny or the Tom and Jerry cartoons. And all I could do was sit in the back seat as a 13-year-old and listen to my father bitch and scream about how he was spending all this goddamn money to listen to fucking Tom and Jerry and couldn't even watch the goddamn thing, Yeah.
Now I have a question for you guys because I do not remember this. The only other thing that I remember about the visit our lobby. Let's all go.
Yeah.
Okay, but did they have like cartoons and stuff between the features back then? All I remember is 10 minutes to your movie. 10 minutes. why don't you get some nice refreshments from the
The juggling
refreshment?
popcorn,
Yeah.
Yeah, and
the hot
the
dog in the
dog.
bun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I remember. I don't remember like watching any cartoons or anything, especially with the Disney movies. I don't remember. All I just remember is the concession stuff.
Yeah.
Ours would show like local commercials,
Yeah.
Mhm.
like show an ad for like Joe
okay.
Bob's hot dog joint, and then a couple of those, and then do some more of and then they would show a couple of trailers, but it was mainly the 10 minutes, folks, like you
Yeah.
said. And there was two outdoors, that the one that I worked at and the one in Grays Lake. The Grays Lake one had that with the cartoon thing. Okay, 10 minutes. McHenry, before I started working there, it was a giant clock.
Oh, that's cool.
And
That's cool.
No, it wasn't, because during that giant clock, they also had their fucking outdoor overhead floodlights on that they would put on at the end of the night. So if you're sitting there in your car, you're blind for 10 minutes. I mean, seriously, But by the time I worked there, then they switched it over to the hurry. And without fail, every goddamn night when the hot dog would jump into the bun, people would lay on their horns and beep their horn, and like the hot dog's getting laid or something. I don't fucking know.
That's funny.
Texas says that the oddest double feature he saw was Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Purple Rain.
That's a interesting combination. Yeah.
I bet that audience was interesting. The only really weird one that I can remember, and it's not even that weird, it's tailor-made for me, is we went to see Star Wars on like its 6th or 7th go-round in the local theaters, and they paired it up with Godzilla versus Megalon. So I was
Nice.
super happy.
Nice.
Yeah, this wasn't in the drive-in, but in the theater we seen a couple double features, and the one I think I told Jim about this one was Grease and Sergeant Pepper's.
Oh God, yeah.
One out
That's
of two ain't bad.
1978.
Yeah, you got it, Joe. You got it, Sean.
I saw both of those at the same theater, but not as a double feature.
I
don't
begged
remember
for the soundtrack of Sgt. Pepper Lonely Hearts Club Band for my birthday present.
Oh, there you go.
The only reason why was because Aerosmith was on it. Okay.
Yep.
And then I listened to it and I was like, wow, this Aerosmith song is the only one that I like.
Earth, Wind, and Fire, you didn't like that one?
No. As I've gotten older,
okay.
But at the time it was like, wow, the Aerosmith come together is awesome. Everything else is like, Steve Martin doing,
now,
like
George
I
Burns?
appreciate.
Come on.
Yeah, George Burns singing was the worst, without a fucking doubt, man.
Didn't Steve
And
Martin
I
do
love
Maxwell Silver Hammer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And again, I appreciate that soundtrack more now than I did then.
Yeah.
But it's still not good.
No. There was a Beatles, not to get way off track, but there was a Beatles compilation, and I don't know if it was from a movie or what. My dad had it on 8-track, and it was called Elvis and World War II, and it was all Beatles covers. And I think there was a movie that was called that, and this was the soundtrack for it, but it had some great Beatles covers on it. I'll have to do some research on it and let you know, or somebody in the chat can look it up and let me know. But it's called All This in World War II.
I've never heard of that one.
Yeah. I never had either, and my dad bought it, and we listened to it all the time in his car.
Oh, actually, I just remembered. I actually do have kind of a funny double feature. How about Prophecy?
Mm-hmm.
And Love at First Bite.
Nice.
Is that 1980?
1979.
1979. Okay.
Yep.
I don't remember any like crazy matchups of those, because sometimes I mean honestly we were watching movies, but then sometimes we were running around as kids, and playing and stuff, and but I always remember they always had double feature, but there was quite a few nights they did triple. They did three movies, and they would always start out like from the lowest rated and then end with the R. So families wanted to leave before the R-rated one came out for the last one. They could leave. But I remember so many times it wasn't like strange matching of movies, but I remember so many times where we pretended to be asleep, and my dad would be like, "Oh, let's stay and watch this one because he wanted to see a topless lady or something like that on the thing.
Sean,
And then we're like peeking our eye open.
That's how I saw that.
The omen.
The omen.
Yep.
He's asleep. No, I wasn't.
Yeah, we were sitting there like cracking the eye open a little bit and nudging each other. I think this is the part, But I always remember that. So they did that a lot where it would, and even the really, like the first one, it would start before it was even really dark. And just so they could get 3 of them in, in the night. But I always remember that. You could still see around really well when the first one was going. But yeah, whether we pretended enough to get to stay for the R-rated one or not, always depended.
Yep.
What's kind of funny, not to go sidetracking again, but I was trying to search some more stuff about the one I grew up around that we were talking about. So the last movie I would have ever seen there would have been somewhere around 1989. So it said it was open for actually exactly 40 years. It was first opened in 1949 and closed in 1989.
Wow.
So that one that I went to, and they said it's opening feature, I don't know if it's correct, but I was like searching stuff, but it said the opening feature when it debuted the screen out there, 1947. Well, it was 1947 movie, but I think 49 is when they opened and showed it. But it was The Vigilante's Return, starring John Hall. So I've never seen it, but apparently that was the first one that they showed there.
Nice.
And it's
Sean,
a 40.
I have your answer.
What's that?
I have Sean's answer.
Oh,
Go for it.
It was 2 8-track tapes.
Oh.
Are you
Okay.
ready for this musical?
Yeah, let
interlude?
me remind me.
Side 1, Magical Mystery Tour by Ambrosia.
Hmm.
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds by Elton John.
That was a hit.
Yeah, that was it. I've heard that.
Golden Slumbers and Carry the Weight by the Bee Gees.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I Am the
heard that.
Walrus by Leo Sayer.
I remember that.
She's Leaving Home by Brian Ferry.
Really? The Brian Ferry? From
The
Roxy
Brian
Music?
Ferry.
No, a different
Wow.
Brian Ferry.
Lovely.
No, the other one.
Lovely Rita by Roy Wood.
Oh,
when
that's
I'm
random.
when I'm 64, Keith Moon.
That's funny.
Get Back by Rod Stewart.
I remember that.
Let It Be by Leo Sayer.
Nailed it.
Yesterday, David Essex. With a little help from my friends and Nowhere Man, Jeff Lynne. Because Lindsay DePaul. She came through the bedroom window, the Bee Gees. Michelle Richard Cochitine. Coociante.
The Richie Cochaton?
No, the other one.
And then on the second tape, We Can Work It Out by Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. This is what I want to hear. The Fool on the Hill by Helen Reddy. Maxwell Silver Hammer by Frankie Lane. Hey Jude by the Brothers Johnson. Yes,
Nice.
the Brothers Johnson. Polythene Pam. Never fucking heard of that one.
I know
Roy
that.
Wood. Sun King, the Bee Gees. Getting Better by Status Quo. They must have just had people that were on their fucking label for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Long and Winding Road, Leo Sayer. Help, Henry Gross. This should be interesting. Strawberry Fields Forever, Peter Gabriel.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that.
A Day in the Life by Frankie Valli. Come Together, Tina Turner.
I've heard her.
You'll Never Give Me Your Money by Will Malone and Louis Resner. And The End by the London Symphony Orchestra.
I remember that.
Nice.
Yeah.
No
That's
sexual
professional.
chocolate?
Sexual chocolate. Eddie Murphy is so hilarious.
I want them to, I swear to God, I want
And he
them
just
to
drops
say
the
halftime.
microphone. Oh, I gotta watch that movie now. Coming to America. So talking about just really quick. I'm sorry. I know I sidetrack things really bad, but you were talking about double features. So I was looking up the one that I know is still functioning. That's a couple hours from me that I want to get to before winter. But they're only running Fridays and Saturdays now. But right now they got their double feature for the next couple weekends is Coyote versus Acme and Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone 25th anniversary. And then coming up after that, they're going to be doing Toy Story 5 and Cars 20th anniversary for that.
Cool.
So anyway, sorry. That's
Nice.
what I got going on.
Cool. Fred says Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band came out the same as Halloween. Both movies star the late Donald Pleasance. Yeah. I don't remember him in Sgt. Pepper, though. I'm sure he was, but I don't remember him. I saw that movie once, and that was enough.
I tried to watch
I'm good.
I tried to watch it again like a couple of years ago because I saw it was on one of the streaming services. And I was like, maybe it's not as bad as I thought it was. I couldn't get through a half hour, man. I was like, fuck this.
You're like, never mind.
Yeah, it's so bad.
Texas says, when I was a kid, I didn't see most of it. We went to the drive-in and saw Clockwork Orange with Last of the Mobile Hotshots with James Coburn. Okay.
Yeah, I do have some double
Do they
features
do
that I
too?
brought out. But
Hey, Andy.
hey, what's up, Andy?
Andy.
There are seeds in my marijuana.
So I'll throw these out there just so I'll get it out of the way because I know this is probably going to be boring for some people, but I just wanted to talk about the 3 drive-ins that I
please
went
do.
to
Oh, go for it.
when I was growing up. The first one, I did a little research today just to try and find out a little bit about each one of them. And you were saying that the one near you, Corey, opened in 1949.
Yep.
All 3 of
Roughly,
these
so.
opened within a year of each other. 2 of them opened in 1947 and 1 opened in 1948. The one that I don't remember much of was called the Sky High Drive-In, and it was in Coatesville, Ohio, which is right across the border from PA. I lived on the edge of Pennsylvania and Ohio on the western PA, eastern Ohio border, and we used to drive to Ohio to see movies, but I don't remember any of the movies I saw there. I just remember saying, "Oh, we're going to the Sky High,"
Mhm.
And I always thought, "Oh, that's great," because that was my favorite theater because it was the biggest one. But it opened in August 22nd, which is funny because we're just a little bit past the anniversary. August 22nd, 1947, with a movie called Carnival in Costa Rica. that was the first feature. It closed in 85. It had a capacity of 620 cars. And if you think about that, like how we were talking about people packing cars,
Mhm.
they're all packed up with 20 cars.
This whether it's correct or not, just to add in, I was looking
Yeah.
up facts. Mine, it was ours said it was this one anyway. It says 350 cars was
Yeah.
what ours was. But
Yeah, the Sky High was the biggest
I
around
was gonna
here.
say that sounds huge.
But there was one that beat it, and I'll tell you about that one next. But I thought this is really cool. The Sky High was the first drive-in theater near Youngstown, Ohio, to have in-car heaters. So not only did you have the speaker that you would hang on the window, but you would also have a heater. They were open all year long. So they ran from 1947 to 1977 all year. And then they stopped doing that in 1977. And then they had a playground in front of the screen. I remember that. I remember that because I always wanted to play on it before the movie started. And
Ours had a playground too. I do
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is a picture of the Sky High Drive-In, the best I could find on the internet.
Oh, that's cool.
So this is probably
Yeah.
around the late 70s, judging by the vehicles. Then the other one that I went to a lot, but not the most, was the Hickory Drive-In in Hickory, PA, which is now Hermitage, PA. And that one opened in May of 1948. It closed somewhere in the late 70s, early 80s. I couldn't find a date. But it's opened with a capacity of 400 cars, and then they expanded it to 1,000 cars
Holy
in
shit.
1952.
That's huge.
Yeah, they initially claimed to have the country's largest screen, too. And growing up, I had no idea that this was like a really historical thing. But this thing I have on the screen right now is the front. When you would drive up, on the right-hand side of that picture would be the lane for you to go in. And I remember looking up at that neon thing, and those lightning bolts would flash, and it was freaking
That's cool.
awesome. And every time I'd look at that as a kid, like, can you imagine being 6, 7 years old driving up to that, as big as that was? And it was just amazing. Every time I'd see that, I'd be like, all right, we're going to have a great time. This is awesome.
It looks like a pissed off transformer coming out of the ground.
Yeah.
So
the lightning bolts were blue. This is a black and white picture, but the lightning bolts were blue from what I remember. And this circle was red, I believe.
That's not the backside of the screen, is it?
It's the backside of the screen.
That's what I was just asking.
Yeah.
So you would drive in and kind of loop around and then park?
You go to the right. I'm pointing with my mouse like you can see it, but
it's okay.
You would go to the right-hand side where that little lampy looking thing is on the right-hand side. That was the lane to get in. And then you would exit on the other side, the left-hand side of the picture, which would be the right-hand side of the screen if you're on the other side. But I remember going in, you'd stop, you'd pay. I was just amazed. This was the best theater that we ever had in our area, or drive-in that we had in our area. It was just fun. And I saw Star Wars there. I saw, like I said, nice. Godzilla versus Megalon, Damnation Alley, At the Earth's Core, Hard Times with Charles Bronson. For whatever reason, my parents would take me to see that. White Lightning, I think, or Gator, one of those two. The Land That Time Forgot, I saw there. So I know I was going there up until about 1979-ish. And I'm not sure when it closed. It probably closed around 80, 81. Because I think we went to see Godzilla versus Megalon and Star Wars in the 1980, that summer. But that was a lot of fun. I love that theater. But the one I want to really talk about is this one, which is the worst picture. It looks awful. But this is an old picture of it. Is the Reynolds Drive-In in Transfer, PA. It opened in 1947, and it was still opening and showing movies until 2014.
Wow.
And it closed not because it was running out of money or doing poorly. They just couldn't afford to make the transition from film to digital.
Oh.
So they had to close. So they kept talking about reopening it, and these people bought it and were going to open it in 2020, and a windstorm blew the screen over and completely destroyed it. So they had to rebuild the screen. So it has a brand new screen. They reopened it in 2022. And now it's called the Reynolds Drive-In and Event Center. It not only shows movies on the weekends, but it hosts concerts and flea markets and community gatherings and stuff. And right now, this coming weekend, it's going to show Coyote versus Acme and Toy Story 5.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
And I told you guys that before the show that I wanted to share something with you that's coming there that I thought everybody would be interested in. And I sent a message to them via Facebook. They haven't responded yet, so I don't know if they saw it. But on September 12th of this year, they are showing the super duper scary but fun drive-in extravaganza.
Oh, that's cool.
Bob Briggs and Darcy the Mail Girl.
Yep.
And I can't go.
Wow.
There was one I missed. I know not drive-in, but the place I was showing y'all before we went live, these two were there doing a screening of it, and that was like, I'm like, I gotta go, and it was just a night. There was no way I could get to it, but I was like, oh, something like that would be so much fun to do.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
So if you're out there and you're near Transfer, PA, on the western side of Pennsylvania, Mercer County, PA, September 12th, 4 p.m. I don't know if you can scan that QR code at the side of it.
Jim, I'll pick you up on my way out there, man.
Yeah, cool.
You can go to MrXFilm.com extravaganza with no E.
Road trip.
Get your tickets. It's pretty decently priced too, but they're going to show a double feature of this movie called Mr. X, which is a premiere that Joe Bob Briggs is going to introduce. And then they're doing they call it a favorite George Romero film after that. So I don't know what that one is, but they have the schedule right here. The gates open at 3, and there's bands and vendors and food and stuff. So as soon as it gets dark, they're going to show Mr. X with film camp student film trailers.
That sounds like a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just amazing. But the fact that that's at the theater that I saw Jaws, that's the movie I saw, The Great Outdoors, Caddyshack 2,
nice,
yay.
nice.
Oh, Caddyshack too.
Prince of Darkness.
Nice.
I saw a lot of great stuff there. So, but that's the one that the story that I've told about where I went to the theater, or went to the drive-in, and I went to see Friday the 13th, Jason Takes Manhattan, with my girlfriend at the time when I was 21 and she was 16. And, and her parents pulled up right next to him.
Oh, wait, it gets better.
What do you mean it gets better? How does it get
No,
better?
he was coughing. He didn't hear what you said about the
Oh,
parents
What-
pulling in.
yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
they pulled in right next
hi
to us.
there. Oh, hi there.
Yeah. Oh, she looks over and I'm like, my God, that's my dad. I'm like, oh, Jesus.
Touch me in the morning.
Old man's cleaning his gun in the front seat, looking at you.
Just giving you the side eye.
But yeah, so, and then I just wanted to mention the local drive-in here is the Mayfield Road Drive-In in Chardon, Ohio. And this weekend they're showing The End of Oak Street and Insidious Out of the Further. So they only show movies on the weekends.
Very
now, too.
cool.
So
Yeah, the one that I worked at, McHenry Outdoor,
mhm.
originally opened July 20th, 1951,
Oh, wow.
under the name the Skyline Drive-In. Then it was closed down and renovated and reopened as the McHenry Outdoor Theater on April 29th, 1977. And that's when I started going there, because before that, we were going to that Grays Lake one that I was talking about.
Mhm.
But right now, status, it operates as the last remaining movie drive-in in the Chicago suburban area.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
And it did achieve landmark
Pretty
status
cool.
during the pandemic because somebody ended up buying it. The city was originally going to try to develop it because it was closed for a couple of years, and they got landmark status.
Nice.
So it's going to be there forever. So
Cool.
that makes me happy.
Cool.
Yeah,
That makes me happy.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Absolutely.
But seeing some shit there. I mean, in Grays Lake, I saw Grizzly. Okay.
Nice.
Which,
Yeah.
Nice.
okay. But at McHenry, all right, we're talking Orca. A double feature of Phantasm and Rock and Roll High School.
Nice.
Nice.
A double feature of Vacation
Mhm.
and Cheech and Chong's next movie.
I'm gonna go to that double feature. That sounds like a fun
I mean, you know, as an 18 or I mean, as a 13-year-old,
You're like, yeah.
man.
Awesome.
Some of these other ones. Oh, here we go. Saw Piranha there.
Nice.
Okay. The rest of them. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Go back to some 70s movies here real quick. I got piles everywhere. Okay, but how about Convoy
Nice.
and Dirty Mary and Crazy Larry? I
I saw that at the drive-in.
I did not see Race with the Devil at the drive-in,
Yes,
but
I've
I
never
do
seen
remember
those.
it being advertised at the drive-in, and it scared the hell out of me. And that's a great fucking movie. It really is. Real quickly here. The Road Warrior.
Nice.
Ooh,
When this started and they started speaking and the Australian accent kicked in, my dad wanted to leave. Okay, I'm like, shut up, just watch the goddamn movie. I mean, and luckily, because it doesn't take long for this to get going,
right.
yeah, he ended
Get
up
some
loving
action,
it, you know.
yeah.
But yeah, but speaking of Mad Max, I also saw Thunderdome at
Oh,
that
nice.
same drive-in, and I talked about this on the last episode. This was on a double feature with Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
That's interesting. Yeah. All right.
Saw this with my parents, the big red one at the
Great.
drive-in. Obviously, these are all drive-in movies. How would you like to sit with your parents, Sean, as a, what year is this? As a 15, 16-year-old and watch The fucking Hunger?
I
A
did the
little-
respectable thing and watched that on HBO by myself.
Couple more real quickly. Wolfen,
Hmm?
which I fucking love. And this double feature. Prom Night
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
and The Changeling.
Ooh, that'd be a heck of a double feature.
One
right
out of
there.
two ain't bad.
I still think that would be a fun double feature. That'd be a fun Oh, see, like if a drive-in around me, if they threw something like that on, come up in October or something, I think they would get a bunch of people to come out there and watch those. But
Yeah.
anyway,
This is
The
my
rest
wife.
of them.
yeah, right.
Well,
Sinner.
We
Lori,
don't know
funny
what
you
you're
say that.
talking about.
Yeah, the rest of the stuff I've got stories with it, so that's why.
Yeah.
I went with that. Oh, except for this one, I did forget about this one also. Happy birthday to me,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
because I remember seeing the poster for this and begging my sister, "Please take me to see this." Yeah,
I must see this movie.
I have
Looks
no
right
idea what was with it.
Right up a child's alley.
Yep.
Ken left us, but he said I got to run. My other two driving experiences seeing Sharky's Machine and Raiders of the Lost Ark. No naked women running through trungles or weed. Catch you on the replay. Have a good night.
Thank you, Ken.
Thanks, Ken.
Yeah, thanks for being here, Ken.
Here's some weed for you, Ken.
Yeah.
This one's for you, buddy.
No, this one's for me.
All right, that's for me, but I'm thinking about you, though. I'm thinking about you.
You're not doing it right. You got to go get a Coke can and smoke out of it.
Yep.
There you go.
I need an apple. Don't have an apple? Give me a fucking potato. I think I've made a bowl out of just about everything.
I still think. Sorry, I'm going, but dazed and confused. I love the wood shop thing. He's like, no, man, you got air escaping from here. You got to get.
That's the way our shop classes were.
Oh, that's funny. All right, so we are past the 1 hour mark. So Jim, it's time. We've gone into adult hour. The kids are all asleep now.
Gather
check
around
it.
the campfire.
No,
kids,
not all
Uncle
not
Jim.
all of my stories are X-rated. I mean, a couple of them, but not all of them. How about some funny family stories? Okay.
Sure.
My sister, God love her. I love my sister. She's awesome. And usually around my birthday, we'll go see a movie. And still to this day, I don't know what we're going to go see this year, but I'm sure we'll go see something. Okay. But the year of 1983, I was working at the indoor theater at that point. Hi, Lori. Thought I saw somebody go by.
She's closing the windows. We turn the air on.
But I was off one night around my birthday, and she said, "Hey, let's go to the drive-in." And we went and saw, I don't remember what the first movie was, but I certainly remember the second one, which was Cujo.
Oh, nice.
See, he knows where I'm going with this.
Yep.
About halfway through the movie, this is an August night, so it's hotter than hell. So we're sitting there, windows down. I got my arm out the window like this. And all at once, I felt something brush against my hand, and I just jumped a foot. What the fuck? And my sister's like, "Stop it, you asshole!" And I'm like, "I'm telling you, something touched my hand." And about that time, we saw something go in front of the car, so she turned on like the parking lights, and it reflected off these eyes it looked like the dog from hell. We both screamed. It was a little tiny fucking dog, but we were both like, "Ah!" You know what I mean?
At that time, it was the biggest dog you
The
ever
idea of
seen.
seeing Cujo and having a dog come up, that was enough to make.
You're like,
ah.
no, we're getting out of here.
But to this day, we still talk about that shit. But my sister, like I said, she was awesome, and we went and saw a lot of movies together. Now, my brother Dave, who's the oldest brother, he took me to a lot of movies when I was a kid, but it was more like, that he was the first kid to have a driver's license. So he had to be taxi cab to all the kids. But one time he was going to the drive-in to see Alien with his girlfriend in their 1977 sky blue, powder blue Firebird. Okay. And my mother, in her infinite wisdom, said, "Hey, take your little brother," thinking that if they took me, he wouldn't get into any shenanigans. Right. Remember how Kenny or Sean actually was talking about being up on top of the car? Or no, Kenny. Up on top. Try getting up on top of a 1977 powder blue fucking Firebird while your brother's in the back seat screwing his girlfriend. And I'm trying to watch Alien while sitting there up on this car that's bouncing up and down. Not exactly the proper times to see the Alien for the first time. But wait, it gets better.
That's around.
It gets better. My other brother, John, who's 3 years older than me, in 1981 when he was what? Well, I was 14, so he was 17. Hey, you want to go to the drive-in with me and Laura? You can take one of your friends with you. Yeah, cool. What's playing? We're going to go see The Burning. Oh, fuck yeah, man. Let's go. Saw the first movie. I don't recall what it was. We're in the back. He's in the front. And then The Burning comes on and he says, hey, let's switch seats. So me and my friend get in the front seat. Him and his girlfriend get in the back seat. And about the time that immortal raft scene massacre happens, which is one of the greatest, most iconic moments in 80s horror history, I turn around and say, dude, are you checking this out? And all I see is my brother's bare ass bouncing up and down. Yeah, my next therapy session is next week. The only time I ever saw a triple feature at the drive-in was on my night off in 86. There was another drive-in called the Route 53 drive-in. And it turned out I just found this out after, while you were talking, I was looking it up. They actually demolished the place that year at the end of that summer. But the cool thing about this one, it had 3 screens. Okay. And you could go between screens to choose your own lineup. Okay. This lineup I will never forget. We started off the evening with Legend.
Nice.
Okay.
And they started the movie, like Corey said, when you had 3 movies, they start the first one a little bit early. So
right.
Anybody who's ever seen a dark movie at a drive-in, even under the best of conditions, it's hard to see what's going on.
You're straining your eyeballs there.
We didn't know what the fuck was going on for 2 hours during this. Only thing we could make out was Tim Curry's voice and fucking Tom Cruise running around in a field chasing a unicorn. Literally, that was it. Okay, so we're getting good and fucked up, but whatever. Let's change screens, something. Boys. Let's go see Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2.
Nice.
Hey, man, what's up with this movie? I don't know. Drink some more. Okay.
You'll get it eventually.
What's the third movie? Oh, Maximum Overdrive.
That's a heck of a lineup, though.
Yeah.
That's 4 hours of cocaine after Tom Cruise chasing a unicorn.
That's a heck of a lineup there.
And I've never done cocaine in my life, but I was watching 4 hours of cocaine up on the screen. I mean, seriously. And again, it was one of those perfect evenings. Okay. Yep. I was just shy of turning 19. I was with one of my buddies. My brother was with me. He was like 25 at the time. And we just, for a whim, hey, man, let's go to the drive-in. We stopped at the liquor store, bought some booze. He had some weed. And we had a great time. It's just one of those memories I'll keep until the day I die, Another one, this one was solo. 1984, me and my buddy drove. And somehow, I don't even remember how, we scored some booze. Okay, maybe his brother bought it for us or my brother. I don't remember, okay? We got good and tanked, and we saw The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai.
That'd be twisty. Being...
And we didn't know what the fuck we were watching. And then I sobered up about a year later when it was on HBO, watched it again, and still don't know what the fuck I'm watching.
Is it a sci-fi film? Is it a 80s rock video? I don't know what I'm watching here.
Beyond bizarre, man. Mm-hmm. This is worth it just for John Lithgow.
And Lithgow is crazy in that one.
He's on a different level. Talked about this one last week with Life Force.
Oh, yep. Nice. Yeah.
When Life Force, the first time I saw this was at the drive-in on my night off. I wasn't working there at the time. I was working at the indoor. But like I said last time around, every time that woman walked out on screen, every car in that damn place started hitting their lights, honking on the horn, making cat calls out the windows because everybody's windows are down,
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So you're hearing, oh, baby, nice rag, blah, blah, blah. And then you're hearing all these women, shut the fuck up, you asshole. like a symphony of noise, I mean, that movie played like a fucking rock concert. It really did, as far as the audience goes.
I do remember, just to interject real quick, when you said that, I do remember after a movie was done, if it was a really good one, I remember everybody hitting their horns, it was kind of the applause at the end of it, and at the end of the night, for the thing. I don't know. It was kind of cool. I never really thought about it too much at the time, but like now looking back at it, I was like, oh, that was pretty cool. Everybody would just kind of beep on the horns a little bit after the
Horror
movie was
movies
done.
always played well
Yeah.
at drive-ins. You know, when you get like a really good kill.
Oh yeah, and then people like,
or fucking Cobra. I remember Cobra played like a fucking. Nice. You know, I mean, people went nuts for Cobra for whatever. Even when he was cutting the pizza with the scissors. Anyways, saw this one that summer.
Oh, that'd be a fun one at the drive-in.
Wow.
During a rainstorm.
Nice.
Which added to the mood of the movie. And yeah, it's just, you know, okay, I don't want to dominate here, but I'm already starting to you unleash the beast now, but this was
Jim after hours has been engaged.
For you guys that worked at the drive-in theaters.
Yes.
How did you know that a movie was going to do well to keep it for another week?
Oh no, I mean, it's just like any theater, it's all about tickets sold. But some theaters, some movies, they would book for 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
And then they would just change like the other movie that was playing with it.
Gotcha.
The only time that I can recall the summer that I worked there in '86 where we had the same 2 movies for more than 1 week at a time, it was a double feature in 2 weeks in a row of Back to School and Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Because both of those were huge hits, and even during the week we were damn near selling out every night. So
yeah, I was just saying because you had brought up the rain, and say like Back to School and Ferris Bueller was that
bad
Friday
weather week
night
or something,
and and the weather came in.
They play
you
rain or
lost
shine.
that movie. Okay.
Rain or shine, it's
but
playing.
whether you're saying
We
like, wow,
canceled-
that probably like really dampened that night, maybe run it again.
Exactly.
We canceled once when I worked there that summer, and that was because the power went out.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only time. I mean, one of the stories I told on my video way back when, because I'd go in early before the place would open to start prepping this and that, and I got in there and had to move these gigantic barricades that would block off the exit, so people couldn't get in and blah blah blah, and parked my car, started to walk towards the projection booth, and out of nowhere, man, the skies opened up. The wind kicked up to where the gravel was blinding me. I could not see. And I stumbled into the booth, and this was a steel reinforced concrete projection booth that was rocking. And I thought I was going to die. And I kept thinking, I'm going to die in the name of Haunted fucking Honeymoon, because that was the movie. I'll never forget that. I'm like, I'm going to die for this piece of shit, And 5 minutes later, it was over. I went out there. The barricades that I had moved were about 100 yards away. I mean, they literally flew, and whatever it was, I'm not saying it was a tornado, but whatever it was like one of those little microsystems.
Yeah.
Just went right over and was gone. But you want to talk about freaking out, man. During storms now, I'll go outside. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
I was shitting my pants in that fucking projection booth, man. I mean, seriously.
We did have that one really quick story. I do remember one time the sirens went off for a tornado warning when we were at that, and we all went back to my aunt and uncles, and we were down in their basement, and of course the dads bring the coolers down, and it was like, who's like crack a beer, and like hand sandwiches out to the kids, like shut up, eat a sandwich, kind of a thing. And I remember doing that where we missed the movies, but we had a lot of fun like hanging out downstairs, and I remember playing cards with everybody. But I, as soon as you said that, I was like, oh god, I remember that. But yeah, you're sitting out there, the movies are going, and the sirens start going off. It's like, man, about time to get out of there.
Yeah, it's like the scene from Twister. Because I remember when I saw Twister for the first time, 100%. Drive-in, and you see,
Well, and ours wasn't dramatic.
That when I was working at the drive-in, it was like, man, what would happen, if something like that,
No, it made me think of it when I saw the movie too. But no, ours was nothing that dramatic. It ended up just being a warning. But I mean, the wind started picking up. You could tell, like, this might not be what we want to be sitting out watching a movie in, kind of a thing. But luckily we had nothing like that, nothing drastic, but it was enough where they were like, okay, everybody, we'll start exiting the drive-in theater. But
now one of our little scams is my job that summer. I was a projectionist, obviously, because this was before digital. Okay. Mm-hmm. But my main job was security, walking around the lot, making sure that, people weren't doing what they shouldn't have been doing. But part of the nice kick of the job, okay, was we would bust underage people for partying. And we had a scam.
Did you have a tax?
No, we had a scam where we would walk up to a group of kids if we knew that, and we would say, hey, if you guys keep cool and you don't cause a problem, we won't kick you out. We won't call the cops. It's all good. But we want half your shit.
That's what I mean. You got the tax.
And if you don't want to give us half your shit, you can keep it, but there's the exit. And if you don't leave right now, I'll call the cops and they'll take your shit. You can go to jail. And 9 times out of 10, it was, oh my God, thank you so much. Here you go.
Here you go.
You want some money too? It was like, and rather than party with that shit, we let it accumulate all summer long because we had a special cooler in the concession stand. And by the time the summer was over, I shit you not, we're talking like at least 10 cases of beer and probably close to a pound of pot and assorted other things that I wasn't interested in. But we had a lot of fucking shit. And we waited until the last weekend of the summer.
Party.
And the last movie that we had that summer, we had 2 movies, obviously. One great one in Manhunter.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And one of the absolute worst movies ever made in Never Too Young to Die. Fucking John Stamos.
I've never seen that
But
one.
Vanity
actually.
was in it.
Stargrove. It's just bad, okay? But anyways,
You got to give it points for Vanity, right?
That's the selling point.
after the place closed, we all said goodbye to each other, made it look good, blah, 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 blah. One of my friends actually stuck a thing in the door so it wouldn't lock behind it. Waited about a half an hour and then drove back in there. And we had already called all of the certain people to meet us there because this was before cell phones and shit.
Yeah.
We ended up having one of the best kegger parties in my life. We had about 50 people, bonfire in the middle of the fucking drive-in. I mean, it was just, let's just say that some debauchery happened that night that I'm not exactly proud of. No, fuck that. I'm very proud of. Nobody got hurt.
Living your best life. Living your
but
best life.
It was damn near paganism that night. Okay. But I mean, it was the 80s, I mean,
Right.
it was a great time. I was 19 years old, but I remember that was one of the tamer stories in my drive-in video way back when. And that was the one, for whatever reason, Kenny was like, that is the coolest thing ever. You guys had your own cooler, So.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But the best drive-in story that summer, without a doubt, dear Penthouse Forum, you won't believe this shit. On one of those occasions where we found a group of kids that were doing their thing, this was a group of kids that we didn't know. Okay, they went to some other school somewhere else. Okay, but they were all underage. And there must have been, I don't know, 10, 15 kids. But there was more women, girls, than guys. Okay, so we were being extra cool to them. All right. But we scored, like we always do. And I said, hey, as long as you guys are cool, it's all good. And don't make me come back here, blah, blah, blah. And this one girl kind of gave me the eyes and said, oh, you can come back here. And I'm thinking, okay. So the second movie starts, About Last Night, one of Kenny's favorites. And it is. I love that movie now.
Great
You'll
movie.
know why.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
Oh, I love that movie now. But I go back to these people.
You don't remember much of the movie, but you love that.
They're doing their thing. Okay. And before I go any further, I should specify my boss was a wonderful, wonderful man. I don't even know if he's still alive. I doubt it. Okay. But a wonderful guy by the name of Art Nichols. Okay. We called him Lurch because Lurch was about 6'7" and weighed about 350 pounds. He was fucking a mountain of a man. Okay. Really nice guy though. Really cool guy. Okay. But anyways, he was my boss at the indoor before the drive-in. So he already knew me with that before I started working there. So we're sitting there. I go back to this group of kids. About Last Night's playing. They're all being cool. We're bullshitting, blah, 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 blah. And that girl is sitting on the hood of a car and she says, here, sit down. Okay.
Tired. Sit next
So I
to
sit
me.
down, we start bullshitting, it's all good. Next thing you know, she starts making out with me, and I'm thinking, all right, cool, I'm gonna get a phone number or something, I shit you not, man. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not going to get graphic. Out of nowhere. I don't know this girl. I didn't even know her fucking name at this point. Okay. And she was good and drunk. I will say that. But again, we were the same age. It wasn't like I was taking advantage of anybody.
Right.
Out of nowhere, man. She just unzips my fly and starts going down on me while I'm sitting on the hood of this fucking car. And people are walking by. And I'm like, holy shit. You know, what do I do? What do I do? And I'm just like, you know, and I shit you not, 30 seconds later, here comes Lurch. I see him out of my peripheral vision, and I'm thinking, I'm fucked. Okay, but no matter what I do, I'm fucked. So I was like in shock. I didn't know what to do. Okay, about that time, he walks up, stops, and he goes,
You rang.
No. He's like, so what's going on here, Jim? And I look at him, and the first thing that popped into my mind, she dropped her contact lens.
It's got to be down here somewhere. Gotta be down here.
She
somewhere.
never stopped. Okay. And he's like, well, when she finds it, come see me in the office. And I'm thinking, I am so fired. I am so fucked, you know? So he walks away. She's doing her thing. I'm like in shock. She finishes. I zip up. I say, thank you very much. And I go walk into my doom, you know? Walk in there and I'm like, you wanted to see me, sir? It's the only time I ever called him sir in the entire decade that I knew him. Okay. But I was like, you wanted to see me, sir? He's doing the books. He kind of looks up for a second. He goes, yeah, a couple of the letters fell off the marquee. Make sure you go take care of that. And he went right back to his work. And I was like, fuck yeah, man. Greatest boss ever.
Well, you're probably like, is there anything else I can do? I'll clean up a little bit extra around here.
I think in that moment, he was probably like, you know what? Good for you.
And that woman became Secretary of State Condi Rice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
One night watching the news, I was like, I know her.
Yeah. The only thing that comes but even close to that is there was a girl that was a couple of years older than me in high school that I chased after. Okay. Not chased after, but pined after, I should say. Okay. And she was friendly with me. No. It wasn't like that. But she was very friendly with me. And she obviously knew that, you know, I had the hots for her, but it was never, you know, she wasn't a tease or anything like that. It was just like oh, you're like a little brother type thing, you know?
Right.
I hadn't seen this girl in 2 years because she graduated before I did and everything. And that summer when I was working there, she showed up and apparently she found out that her boyfriend from like high school on was cheating on her and she had just broke up with him and went to the drive-in for some payback. And who the fuck did she run into? This guy.
Oh, man.
And I wasn't on the clock. I just happened to be there that night.
Oh, boy.
Okay. So, yeah, an hour and a half later, Jim's in the 84 Cavalier raw dogging it to raw deal.
I don't have any
This is
crazy
why we're
stories.
an explicit show on
Yeah. This is why you waited a little bit. That's why earlier when you were like, now? And Jim was like, no, not
Hey,
yet.
life never got better.
Jim's like, no, not yet.
It was like my summer of greatness. You know? It all went
And if you want to
downhill.
hear all the uncensored stuff, go to Jim's channel.
Yeah,
and
I'm
seek
actually
out
being quite restrainful here. I mean,
Yeah.
He's got a
These are
special channel you can go to. You got to pay an extra monthly fee for that.
Yeah.
But,
Go to his Patreon page.
the
I'll talk
uncensored.
like Candy Cane. First she looked at me and I said, get in the back seat. That's just creepy. But no, lots and lots of people have been conceived at the drive-ins through the years. Not from me. Not that I'm aware of anyways.
Not that you're aware of. Did you ever find out that girl's name?
Yeah, her name was Phyllis.
Phyllis
I don't remember
Ford.
her last name.
Phyllis.
And I never called her either. Oh God, I'm horrible.
I'm out of focus. What the hell? happened?
Yeah. You're
Yeah,
you're making him blush so much he gets went out of focus.
Clap on.
Clap off.
And the first movie that was ever shown at Sean's Drive-In, Carnival in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Big Dick Haynes, Vera Allen, Celeste Holm, and Cesar Romero. A nice
Cesar Romero. Nice.
He's the Joker for the kids, for the Batman.
The kids.
For the kids.
The kids who watched him
For
in the
the kids.
70s.
I don't think the kids are watching this show.
Yeah. I think the kids saw Drive-In Memories. What the fuck is that? And
Yeah.
that's certainly not for us. Yeah, I don't have any super exciting stories about what happened at the drive-in. I have one story I told my wife that I was going to tell on the show. She's like, "Wow, you suck. You're a loser." I was in the back seat of the car I had at the time, which was a 1978 Dodge Omni. You can tell it was small. I
Yeah.
was in the back seat with two girls, and nothing happened.
Fruit.
I suck.
I'm so disappointed with you.
Jim expected more of out of you.
I will say that separately with each of those girls, things happened later.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay.
But-
There you go. So it was probably a good move then.
Just putting the
Did not
groundwork
make a
in.
move.
Put
Yeah,
the groundwork.
yeah, put the groundwork in. Yeah, they were both coworkers at the theater. I will keep their names
Wow.
private for to protect the innocent.
Helen and Celeste.
Yeah.
Hello.
No, I don't have anything crazy like that. Like I said, I was a little younger, I guess, running through that. So I didn't even have a driver's license before that one closed. So
Yeah, I got brain damage and fucking drive-in too. I think so. Because we had the biggest riot we ever had that summer. 30 people going at it. And Lurch is in the middle of it with that big ass mag light just throwing people left and right. It was a thing to see. Fucking people, the double bill that night. Shanghai Surprise and Howard the Duck.
Oh, that's a heck of a.
And I'm thinking, yeah,
That's a
these
heck of a
people
double
were
feature.
rebelling against the 4 hours of crap on this system because it's like the worst double feature ever.
I was gonna say that's a heck of a double feature.
That was Customer Appreciation Day.
Yeah, exactly.
But somebody clocked me in the back of the head with a bottle of
Ooh.
beer, and it bounced off my head. Thank God it didn't break. Okay, it was empty, but it did. It left a goose egg about that big on the back of my head. You know, it's like the worst fight that I ever had out there. But Lurch, like I said, this guy, he gave less than a shit, man. I mean, he did. He just jumped in the middle of these looked like a fucking mosh pit. Okay, it's the only way to describe it. And he's literally just throwing people, and it was like, holy! I mean, I didn't do anything. I was just dodging people. You know, I mean, it was pretty wild. But yeah, every time I think of Howard the Duck, I get a headache.
I do too.
Howard the Duck.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
She took my eggs. It's the only part of that movie that made me laugh. She took my eggs.
You mentioned Cesar Romero. They got some ripples in the chat. Juno, Cesar Romero is the OG Joker, and I'll take Cesar Romero Joker over dumbass Jared Leto Joker. And Cesar Romero, I always thought was underrated Joker and felt comic accurate with the look and laugh. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, you're right.
That guy used to get a lot of ass back in the day too.
Oh yeah, and that's what Mr. Dan says. He was really good in some film noir movies, or he was really in some good film noir movies. I can't read. And Texas, oops, Jared Pito.
Although Jared Pito was actually pretty damn good in that Masters of the Universe movie as Skeletor. I was surprised.
I still need to watch that one. I saw it was on Prime. I gotta check that out sometime.
It's fun,
surprised.
Corey.
Pleasantly surprised,
Fun.
Corey.
Fun.
Yeah. I'm so bummed that flopped because I would love a sequel to that.
I can understand where it's just not as well known, as some IPs. But I grew up with those cartoons, so I had toys and crap like that. So I really wanted to get to the theater, but just time and life and all that other.
Is that
fun
getting
stuff.
a physical release, Sean, on video?
Yeah.
Not yet. It's
Oh,
going to
Not
get
yet,
one.
but it is. They
okay.
I
announced.
would be surprised if it didn't.
Yeah, they announced it. It just hasn't come.
They got to
out.
try to make some more money back from that thing. You know? So
I
it's
was
like-
just saying, since it was an Amazon movie, I mean, they might do like sort of like how Netflix does with all the Adam Sandler movies. And
Yeah, I'm surprised that usually the Amazon movies come out in physical media because then
Yeah.
they can turn back around and sell them. So
Mhm.
yeah,
yeah, from their own. I'm surprised they don't make it Amazon exclusive. You have to
Right.
buy it through like
Right,
the
right,
Amazon
yeah.
stores.
there's a
Probably-
there's a 4K steelbook version coming out. So
oh,
they're gonna get their money's worth.
Yeah, and actually, believe it or not, it might get a sequel. I just read an article yesterday about it because ever since it hit streaming, it's a huge
Oh,
hit.
I heard it
really?
was. I heard it was like
It's been the
killing
number
it on
one
Prime.
streaming thing across all platforms.
I
That's
heard it was.
Hours watch,
Yeah,
and they're like, yeah, that's going to give them hope to do a sequel, but they probably won't. It'll be a lower budget.
right.
know.
That's I did hear it was killing it on Prime. Like it was streaming like crazy on that. But-
Yeah. No, it's a very entertaining movie. It really is. It's better than that fucking Star Wars movie that came out this year. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to watch that now.
So
I barely got through it. Barely.
See, there Amazon right now has the steelbook of that pre-order for the low price of $46.99.
It'll come down before.
It
that.
will,
drop.
but still, it's stupid. Like I everybody, and I agree with you, but I don't like having to say, "Oh, it'll come down." Like, why even? That just is like ridiculous to throw that price on it in the first place.
Yeah,
in my
right.
mind,
I agree.
I'm like, just flip and put the price on there. I mean, so, come
Right.
on. But anyway, but I bet you even coming down in price still could be like $35 easy, you
Yeah.
know, or something. But
I wouldn't be surprised if it was 35 when it came out.
anyway, sorry. Old man yelling at the sky.
The youngest guy here.
Yeah, youngest guy yelling at the sky. I need to hang out with you guys more often. I like being the young
He
guy.
feels
all of
like
a
he's the
sudden.
the youngster.
I'm the young pup now. All of a sudden, I kind of dig that. We got to hang out more often.
Let me tell you what it was like in the '70s, Junior.
You think you had it rough? You think you had it rough?
Oh, dude. And Frank Gorshin was the best Riddler. I will totally agree with that, Russell.
yes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hello,
Yeah.
Russell.
Yeah, the what was his name? John Aston played him too.
Yeah.
And anytime I saw that the Riddler was going to be on it, it was John Aston. I was like, oh, that sucks. Poor Frank Gorshin.
You're like, never mind.
Same thing when
Yeah.
he was watching Bewitched. Dick Sargent. I want Dick York. Give me the right dick.
Thanks for not throwing me under the bus and just saying, oh, it's Dick. Oh,
That's what always got me about that. Not only did they find two guys that look kind of alike, but they were both
Same
named
first
Dick.
name. Yeah.
Russell says that he used to drive everywhere to go to the drive-in and love the all-nighters. I never did one of those.
We never had those.
Yeah, me
But
neither.
They
Yeah.
had, they had the three, and like I said, they started before it was dark. But I mean, by that time the third one got done, it was usually pretty late. But no, it was no all nighters at ours.
Yeah. The Reynolds drive-in that I was talking about, I completely forgot about this. But in the 70s, before I started going there, it was an X-rated drive-in.
No way.
Oh,
Yep. And I remember thinking that if I could somehow get behind the theater. Now, mind you, I was like 7 or 8
You're
years
the
old.
Little perv. Sean is an 8-year-old.
If there was
I-
some way that
Yeah.
I could hitchhike out to Reynolds because it wasn't nearby and I wasn't going to drive.
I think the craziest ours ever got was if we pretended to be asleep and they were throwing on something like Police Academy or something like that for the last one for the rated R, and that would be the one where you're like, please don't leave, please, we're asleep, you know, because we'd want to watch something like that. But that was probably the wildest type of movie that they had at that one, like a Police Academy or Meatballs or Porky's or something like that. But
Saw meatballs at the drive-in.
yeah.
No, I saw that at the theater too.
Yeah, no, I definitely saw that one at the drive-in.
There's more to that story.
No, I was
Okay.
12.
No,
I wasn't
Found the
always
glory hole in the bathroom.
I wasn't always this old. But see, that's the thing with our theater too. It wasn't always new releases. They played a lot of stuff that had come out previously too. So I don't know if yours were like that or not. They had a lot of new releases, but there was times where they'd have runs where it was stuff that, I mean, it could be 1984, but they're playing Meatballs, or
Right.
or something like that. So
Yeah, they would do that at the Hickory Drive-In. They would show older movies every once in a while. They'd pair it up with a new movie, and then the second movie was usually the older movie if people
Yeah.
wanted to stay for that. I don't think they ever flipped it around. They always showed the new movie first.
Yeah, that's usually the way it works.
Yeah.
Which you always, it never made sense to me, especially the summer that I was working there, because it's like you can't see the first half of the first
Right.
movie because it's too goddamn light, you know.
Right.
But the flip side of that is, okay, we used to say, okay, the first show starts at say 8:15, okay, just for or 8:30, okay. 8:30 rolls around and it's still bright outside, so it's like, all right, let's wait another 15 minutes, get a little bit darker. 8:31, people start laying on their fucking horn, and it's like, are
let's
you
get
kidding
this
me?
going.
You can't see shit, you know.
Let's get going.
So then eventually they just changed it to first show starts at dusk.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then it's up to them to decide what dusk is.
Yeah.
You know
Right.
what I mean? But yeah, I remember that shit as clear as day. People would constantly, it's 8:31. Where's the movie?
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, it's so bright out here. You can.
You're not going to see half the.
You know, it's
You're
like,
not going to see half of it.
Right. It's funny that you mentioned that because I remember I would always read the ads in the paper for the movies, and they would say, film start at dusk, and that's how I found out what dusk meant, because I asked my mom, "What does that mean, dusk?" Oh, that's when the
What
sun
is
starts
this
to go down.
dusk
Blah, blah, blah. And I'm
thing?
like, oh. And so when I think of that, somebody says, "Oh, it's dusk," or dusk time. First thing that snaps in my mind is looking back at the Sharon Harold movie ads and seeing like Beyond the Green Door is playing. Reynolds
pussy,
driving.
pussy, pussy.
I think ours always said the dusk as well. Like it would shift because like some nights, it's really cloudy or whatever. Like all of a sudden, it's like, oh, it's freaking dark. Let's play it.
Yeah.
Let's get going. And but yeah, it never seemed like it was like the exact same time every night. They kind of play it. They just kind of look and see, and it was just really bright, no clouds in the sky. And it was like, we'll wait a little longer and get it going. But
Yeah, trust me, the people that work there, they want to start that shit as early as possible.
they get going
then they
home
to
or
go
do the
home
other-
as early
yeah.
as possible,
or go get that beer they confiscated off those young kids, right?
That too. Hey, smoke ganja?
Yeah.
Ganja?
Is there time yet? Is it time yet? So yeah, no, exactly. I completely agree. But yeah, if you start it way too early, it's like you're not gonna. Especially when you were talking about Legend or something like that, where was it Legend? Like where you're like, it was so dark. The movie's so dark and it's so bright outside. You're like, I can't see anything of this thing.
Yeah.
I don't even. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, Alien. I saw Alien on the hood of the car.
Yeah.
That was the second movie, and I still couldn't see it because
Yeah.
it's such a dark movie. And
Yeah.
again, if you're going to the drive-in, God help you if it's a dark movie. You got a 50-50 shot at best of actually seeing everything.
Mhm.
Yep.
Now that it's digital, maybe that's different, but I highly doubt it. Because I
Last
think it would
movie-
still be the same thing,
The last movie I saw at the drive-in, believe it or not, was I don't even remember. It was a few years ago, maybe 3-4 years ago. We went to see The Wizard of Oz. It was playing at the local drive-in, and they started it at dusk. You could make out most of it, so I think it was on digital. I think they were playing it from a Blu-ray, to be honest.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I highly doubt that they would have a film
right,
version of that at this point.
right. I don't. It was the first time I'd ever been to that drive-in, so I'm assuming they switched to digital, and I'm pretty sure they did. But you could see pretty much everything at dusk, so they must have had one of those laser projectors or something that really
they
put
get
out
pretty
a lot
damn.
of.
They get pretty
Yeah.
darn bright.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy what the lasers they can do with some of those. But yeah, I think actually one of the last ones. Sorry, I know I'm going all over, but one of the last ones I ever saw in a drive-in. I haven't been, like I said, the newer one that opened up. I have not been to that yet. I need to get there and support it. But I think one of the last ones I ever saw was. I might have still been in college. There was a small one, really small one, around that college up until like the late 90s. But it was Air Force One, I think was the last one that I Saul in the drive.
Get off my damn plane!
Get off my plane! Now I can relate to him even more and be like, but I need to get back and yeah, get off my yard. I was just watching. Actually, I was just watching that movie the other night, Gran Torino. Get off my lawn. Yeah, I can relate to them more and more.
Three
every day.
people I can relate to now that I'm getting older: Gran Torino, Michael Douglas in Breaking Bad, and Al Bundy. Those are the three.
Or Falling Down.
Falling Down.
What did I say?
Yeah, Breaking Bad.
I'm sorry.
It's like, oh, you making meth in your fucking closet there?
Hey, I need more money too. I can relate to Cranston and that, you know. I mean,
Heisenberg over here.
All right.
Don't test or don't use the product. Yeah. Whatever they said. But no, Falling Down is a great movie. That frickin' breakfast scene at the fast food restaurant. I can watch that clip.
Saw that one at the drive-in too.
That would have been a great. I never did get to see that in the drive-in. That would have been a great one in the drive-in.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I've loved. How about this one? Another double feature: Blue Thunder and War Games.
Oh, nice.
You know what they have in common?
They're both awesome.
They were both directed by John Badham. And
Oh,
they
wow.
were both released on the same weekend.
No
For
shit.
real?
Or within a weekend or two of each other, yes.
How many times has that ever happened?
Not often.
Probably never. I don't know. That's crazy.
That's because Badham stepped into War Games after somebody was fired from it originally.
Yeah.
So
okay.
it was like a, replacement.
still, that's-
thing. But both of them were released relatively next to each other. But I know I saw both of those at drive-in together.
Yeah.
I thought Blue Thunder was so awesome because I was a big fan of like Airwolf and stuff, like some of those, and Knight Rider. You get the high tech equipment and stuff, and I haven't watched that in ages. I don't know if it holds up, but I liked it at the time. It doesn't.
I love Blue Thunder.
You're okay. You're okay.
It's a great movie, but it's all nostalgia now if you watch it because I was, at that time it came out, I was getting into computers and I wanted to be a computer programmer when I grew up, and I was like, oh, technology, this is all cool. And it was like a technology wonderland watching that. Oh, they've got the guns that turn with the helmets and thermal and all that stuff. And you watch it now and you're like, it's so comically dated. The technology is so just like that's supposed to be impressive.
I remember thinking
more than War Games though.
Oh yeah, the computer on the computer is
dial-up modem, and he gets into the fucking NORAD.
They're both pretty dated, but as far as which one holds up the best, I would say War Games actually holds up better.
But it's like one of those things with like Blue Thunder, they'd go into silent mode, and they like click the thing, and it was like, I'm like, why don't they just say in freaking silent mode the whole time? It's like, what's the like, why are you flipping it into right now? Like, why not just go silent mode the whole time, or whatever? But anyway,
I think that was about the time we got a Commodore VIC-20. Remember the Commodore VIC-20?
Yep.
And the hot show back then was Whiz Kids.
Yep.
And I remember me and my brother going, we're gonna hack into getting like our grades changed at school and stuff.
We're gonna put $1 million in the bank account.
We weren't even thinking that. We were just thinking because I was having a hard time.
I'm getting A for sure now.
And I was like, Chris, can you just change it to a B? You know what I mean? Like,
well, that's kind of like watching Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I was like, can you get in and take the like absences off of the... I was like, I want to do that. I want to do that.
This is the funny thing. I just thought of this, and it's so random that when I got my Commodore VIC-20, that's what I wanted to do too. I wanted to be a computer programmer, but I was dreaming about like, oh, I could get a modem and hack into the school or whatever.
Thinking big. Going to take those unexcused absences off of my record.
When I was a senior in high school, the actual school district got me and another kid to work on the school attendance database.
Wow.
Swear to God. I
was just like, do you want a unexcused absence to disappear from your record?
Exactly. I dropped out of it because it was supposed to replace a computer class because me and this kid we knew more than the teacher knew at that time. So he would give us homework. We'd finish the homework in class and then we would do something else to show off, because we were stupid nerds. So they decided when everybody was trying to get to this Computers 2 class, they took us out and they said, no, we're going to make you write a program for the school. And I got about halfway through it, and I was like, you know what? I feel like I'm getting taken advantage of. So
you're unpaid labor.
Free labor.
Yeah, and my other buddy, he wanted to make a good impression. So I don't know if he ever finished it or not, but I just think that's hilarious that I went from wanting to hack the school to actually writing one of the programs that they were going to use.
You became part of the system.
Yeah. That's when I sold out to the man.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like, I'm now working for the man.
Yep.
All right, we're coming up on 9 o'clock, so it is about time for movie recommendations. So, Kenny, it is time for your Tubi movie of the week.
All right, Tubi.
We got some interesting, lots of good talk here tonight, and I'm going to bring one up that's a documentary. I know documentary you're saying, but this holds your interest, and I think Sean's seen this one after I recommended to him this a while ago, and this is called Going Attractions, the definitive story of the American drive-ins, where these two documentary people go around and they go and check out like all the drive-ins around the country that are still left.
That's awesome.
And
I just wrote that down. That sounds like something.
Yeah, it's called Going Attractions. It's called.
I think I did watch that. I remember it, but I don't remember the name.
Yeah, and it's really, really good. And they interview like a lot. They interview like Joe Dante, Roger Corman, like a whole bunch of the drive-in people that were like, directors that were like very popular at that time. But and just basically they follow these 5 kids that work at this drive-in, and they just follow what they do and how they do it each day and why they do it. So I thought it was pretty interesting, especially with the topic today. So
nice,
awesome, dude.
Good pick.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah. All righty.
You can find some cool
we'll go with
stuff.
Corey. Do you have a movie recommendation?
Wow. Well, I was just pulling up Tubi because we were talking about that. So just right off the bat, there was a couple that popped out to me that I think would be fun to look at. I wasn't really prepped for this, so sorry if I'm just kind of rolling with it, but I could always see other ones. But right off the bat, I'm just like flipping through there because there's a lot of hidden gems on there, but then there's like some great ones you don't realize are on there. But I'm going to throw out Rush Hour. Got a little Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. I think that's a fun one. And then I'm going to say one new movie that I just upgraded. We'll go with Tron Legacy. How about that?
Oh, nice. Cool.
Very good.
That'll be the recommendations.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, keeping in with the spirit of tonight's evening, I wanted to pick something that I saw at the drive-in as a kid. And one thing that I didn't really talk about tonight is Roger Corman, who basically lived for making drive-in movies. All of his movies were drive-in movies, okay? And after the success of Death Race 2000 in 75, his company made a lot of car crash movies, is what we call them. Eat My Dust, Grand Theft Auto, and Cannonball.
Nice.
From 1976, the original Cannonball Run.
Yep.
Played straight, no laughs like that. And this movie's fucking awesome, okay? Paul Bartel, who also directed Death Race 2000, directs this. But you've got David Carradine, you've got his brother Robert Carradine, rest in peace, both of them. Veronica Hamill, who used to be on Hill Street Blues, is the love interest. Garrett Graham from Used Cars and Phantom of the Paradise is in this movie, and William McKinney, Bill McKinney, who is a bad guy in just about every fucking Clint Eastwood movie ever made, is the bad guy in this. And I'm telling you, this movie's great. You can find this on Prime or on Tubi, as I found out earlier today. I was lucky enough to find this on a Blue Underground DVD 2-pack with Fast Company from David Cronenberg, which is an absolute piece of shit. But Cannonball, on the other hand, is a great B movie. It's not a classic, it's not a big budget, but it's a lot of fun. So check it out.
So okay, I'm gonna be really annoying and throw another movie in there. Look at me, like I'm just butting in. The guest comes in, just takes over everything. I'm talking about Tubi and talking about car movies. Another one I just saw, the original Gone in 60 Seconds, 1974, Gone in 60 Seconds. I always thought that was fun. I remember watching that with a friend. His dad had a Mustang, very much like the one in the movie, and so we thought it was pretty cool to watch that. So
Cool.
Saw that at the drive-in too.
nice.
Gone with 60 Seconds, the original.
Yeah.
You actually helped me out a little bit because I always throw the movie picks that the guests recommend onto our playlist, and we're behind one because we didn't get a recommendation from our guest last week.
Well, if you don't stop me soon enough, I'll just keep on talking. I'll throw more out there. Not saying greatest movie in the world, but a lot of nostalgia with that one, just because I thought it was very cool that his dad had that car sitting out in the garage, and then it wasn't exactly the same, but it was close enough. And then going to watch that. Actually, I think that was they had an old Betamax. They were Betamax lovers back in the day,
nice.
So we were watching that on their little CRT TV. But
Cool.
anyway, yeah.
Did you know what Mr. Dan put up? Cannonball was funded by Shaw Brothers, and Cannonball Run was by Golden Harvest.
Oh, that I didn't know.
And I did not.
I knew Cannonball Run was with Golden Harvest because that's why Jackie Chan was there.
Yeah.
But I didn't know about the Shaw Brothers with Cannonball because I thought that was strictly a Roger Corman deal. But no, that's great information there, Dan. Thank you.
Cool.
I'm gonna have to watch the commentary track because there's a commentary track on this thing.
All right, real quick, I'll get to the chat. But my recommendation for this week, I mentioned it that I saw it at the Hickory Drive-In. I haven't opened the Blu-ray yet, but it is Damnation.
What is it?
Damnation Alley.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Dan's favorite movie.
Yes. With Jan Michael Vincent and George Papard. This was my favorite science fiction movie until I saw Star Wars, which was all of a month. But I will put the trailer for that on the Talking Movies 2024 channel. So you can take a look at it. But the poorly superimposed insects and the poorly superimposed scorpions and the really ridiculous sky that it's supposed to look like a burned out world. When I was 9, when that movie came out, I thought it was fucking awesome.
It's funny going back to movies at the time that blew your mind, and then going back. So like one that I did when they came out, I think Arrow did a nice release, and I got it. But I remember seeing it in the theater and absolutely loved was Last Starfighter.
Yeah.
And watching some of the
Visual
effects with some of the space scenes and the computer, like going back and watching that, I'm like, I don't care, I still love it. But I remember as a kid just being blown away. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at this, you know.
I remember when that came out and Tron came out, the original Tron, and they were making such a big fuss about how Tron was computer generated and all the imagery was computer generated, and then it turns out like only half of it was.
Yeah.
But I still thought it was fantastic. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. They're never
it was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still wanted to like find the arcade game. Like I remember, like, is that a real thing? Like, can you go find that?
Did you see Jim's video?
What's that?
Did you see Jim's video?
Yeah.
I went to an arcade last week.
An arcade.
I missed that.
There's an arcade about half an hour from my house in Mukawango.
I'm gonna look that up and watch it.
And it's called Vintage Vault. And I shit you not, Corey, in one row of machines, okay, sitting next to each other is a crawl machine, a Tron machine, and a Cloak and Dagger machine with a Terminator 2 machine. I mean, it's just bam, 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 bam.
Nice.
And a Journey machine for Kenny.
Yeah.
I never had seen a Journey machine in the wild, ever.
Yeah.
That,
as soon as I saw that, I was like, holy shit. And those pinball machines, I immediately thought of you, that Godzilla one. Godzilla. I told Kenny, I wish I would have had somebody with me to hold the camera so I could have played some of the stuff.
Yeah.
Because that fucking pinball machine, both of them, my brain just went. Godzilla and
Aliens.
No, the one that was next to
the Jaws one.
Jaws, yes.
Yeah.
They had video screens in them. okay, that would play clips of the movie that would interact with what you were doing. And the best one with the Godzilla was, you know, at the end of pinball machines, you always get a match number. Fucking Godzilla and the baby Godzilla come out. And the baby Godzilla blows the smoke ring, and that turns into the match number. And it was it was the coolest thing ever. But yeah.
Oh, okay, I admit I have horrible memory, so I apologize if I'm like misplacing who posted what. And I tried to take in as much of my friend's stuff as possible, and then I just like it just starts blurring at some point. But was I commenting? Did you post the picture of the Dragon Slayer?
Well, that was on a different post. That was on Instagram. But, somebody said that, you know.
But did you repost it or something
I think me and you were talking back.
Yeah, but we talked about it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're making me think I was losing my mind more than I think. The arcade game that it looked really cool, but you
laser disc.
Yeah.
It was a cartoon game, basically.
Yeah. But you'd like go through 20 bucks just to get through the first level or something like that.
Yeah. And
I was like, what the hell? How do you do that?
I made the comment that I got it on my PlayStation. I bought it on the PlayStation.
Yeah. Okay. So and I thought we talked about
played through it all with unlimited lives and figured that if I put 50 cents in for every time, you know, I went through the game probably would have cost me about 182 bucks.
Yeah. That was one
seriously, it was like ridiculous.
That was what I remember thinking, this looks so cool, and then like 15 minutes later, this game sucks. And I walked away because
first time I saw that game was at Great America, Six Flags. Here, okay, and because they had arcades everywhere back in the day, and people were in line to get to that thing.
Oh yeah,
because it was groundbreaking.
The visuals.
And I jumped on there. It was the first game I ever saw that was 50 cents, and I was like, okay, whatever. This is gonna be so good. What do you mean I'm dead?
Game over. I didn't even do anything yet. Game over.
I'm watching a movie. Oh, I have to do something. I'm dead.
I'll tell you what. So a long lost thing talking about drive-ins. I know this is another off the rail thing, but drive-ins, but the big malls, the big enclosed malls. So there was a big city. It was quite a ways away from us, but every once in a while we got to go there. They had the theater in the mall, like a big theater, and then across from the theater was a big arcade. And I'm like, I don't need to do anything else. And then right around the corner was the music shop, you know. And I was like, I don't need to go anywhere else. But I remember so many times going there and just getting a ton of quarters, playing games for a while until our movie started, and go across and watch that. But I missed that too. That was kind of a. Anyway, sorry.
No, it's all good, man. This whole show is about trip down memory lane. So
Corey talking too much.
Totally
not at all.
But that's fine. We get to do that because it's our show.
Yeah, that's right.
And you may have noticed that we're all wearing. I can't even do this right. We're all wearing.
Nobody gave me the memo. I didn't.
Well, these are the only 3 of these that exist.
Oh, okay,
right.
Okay.
This is a special limited edition.
You can't blame me for
pressing, and then you can tell that the emblem's a little far to the left. So,
turn around, you get the big emblem.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
That came out good. Yeah, but that was our first attempt at making merch, and I'm currently working on something else. And I've always said that I would never make stuff to make a profit or try to cash in on the show, but I thought the T-shirts would be a cool idea. So I'm looking into it. I have a store and this is the big announcement I was telling you guys about. There's a store in the works that will sell T-shirts, but it's not going to give me a lot of money. It's going to make money if anybody buys anything. I don't care if you do. But I'm going to split the money 3 ways with you guys. So
no.
I make $1, you get 25 cents.
It's a fucking quarter.
You can go to the library.
It's a quarter. Don't spend it all in one place.
Right.
No, I started messing around with that a little bit too, but I know it's kind of like weird to go into that, but that was the same thing too, where I was looking at some places where you could do like a print on demand type of thing, where you don't have to have spend a bunch of money to have a warehouse or something. But that was the same thing. When I was looking at that, you can like do the this is your cost, and then what's the markup, kind of thing. And I was kind of the same deal. I was like, well, bring it way down. Like I just think I'd just be tickled if somebody was like even wanted to buy one of the things, even if I don't make any money off of the thing. But.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm doing it is just because I'll put it out there if somebody wants to support the show by buying a T-shirt. But
well, let me know when you got it running, man. I'll have to get something to rock. Make sure you got a hoodie. I gotta have a hoodie for my my fall weather. I gotta
have for people our generation, a coffee mug.
Yeah, get a good coffee mug. That's a good
coffee
one.
Mugs. There's stickers. There's magnets.
You got a koozie? You got a koozie?
I don't think there's a koozie, but I'll check.
I'm just joking. I'm just throwing stuff out there. But
no,
I'd buy way too many hoodies, but I'll buy a hoodie. If you got a hoodie, I'll buy one.
All right. So
real quick, also, on a totally unrelated subject.
Yeah.
We haven't done that tonight.
Yeah.
Come on.
I want to plug something that has nothing to do with us. Okay. But real quickly, past guest and friend of the show, Jeff from 101 Bronson, just published his first novel.
Whoa!
Called Streets of Judgment. That's the
cool.
No
and
doubt.
You can buy this off of Amazon right now. So Jeff is a friend of the show. I wanted to plug his book.
He seems like a cool dude.
He's a great guy. And I ordered my book. I will get it on Friday. And I told him if he wanted that I would do a review. And he said that would be fine, but I had to be honest.
Yeah.
So
sorry,
I will read his book and I will review it. But again, I just think it's cool that somebody that we know, friend of the show, has a book out.
No, it's awesome.
By all means, go to Amazon if you get a chance and show Jeff some love.
Sorry, what's the title again?
The name of the book is Streets of Judgment from Jeff Bronson.
Yep.
No, I bought some books and I've done some artwork. I bought artwork. Got a mug up here from a friend that did some artwork and stuff. I love doing that. I love supporting people that are like being creative. And I wish I had that talent, I guess. And so it's cool to be able to support them doing those things.
Yeah, it's a Western.
So in Texas brought up we need action figures.
I saw that.
That'd be pretty cool. Come on.
I want to look like McConaughey.
You look like McConaughey. I want to look like Schwarzenegger. How about that?
There you go.
We all get our own little personal quote shirts. Like Kenny's would be like, George Goebel got a lot of ass. Mine would be, it's shit, move on.
Yeah, oh man, that would make some money right there. It's shit, move on.
Yeah.
Tap in your finger. It's shit, move on.
It's shit, move on.
Yeah. If we could make action figures, that would be hilarious.
That would be pretty cool.
I don't see that happening.
But that would be pretty darn cool, though.
I think the audience is right here.
Hey, we sold 4. No, Larry would buy one.
Yeah, probably.
I just found the book.
Lori just said she wants a Kenny bobblehead.
There you go.
Lori. Yep.
He just threw you a kiss. I'm gonna watch you, Kenny.
Telling you.
Got my eyes on you. It's like,
touch me in the morning.
Sky rockets and flights. Afternoon delights. Sorry, I had to.
No, Sean said, will there be singing tonight? I'm like, you bet your ass there's going to be singing.
If it's a good night, somebody will be singing something poorly, and I just tried to help contribute to that. So
I think I drive Texas crazy with my singing. He'll go, okay, like before he puts on the movie, and then all of a sudden I'll just like burst into like, bring up a Billy Ocean song, Caribbean Queen. And he'll just go, what the hell are you talking about?
Oh my gosh, I haven't heard that one in a long time.
Oh, yeah. Want to be your lover boy. And then that was in close competition with Tina Marie's Lover Girl.
Yeah.
Remember that? Came out, so you had Lover Boy and Lover Girl.
So I'm not afraid to admit that like different playlists that I listen to every once in a while, I go from like heavy, I'm all over the place, heavy hard rock to like rap to country but I was listening to some Some might call it yacht rock. Some might call it,
don't get me started.
Soft rock.
Don't get me started.
But I was listening to a bit of that today, and I was probably singing a little bit in my car. I'll just say that. But I was.
Won't hurt anybody.
I'm not saying this is yacht rock, but this was in the soft rock kind of area. But I was the one I started singing to, and I caught myself because like somebody's going to see me. Was because I was looking back at my history here. "Let Your Love Flow" by the Bellamy Brothers.
Oh yeah.
I mean, come on! How could you not sing along to that? Anyway, sorry.
Today's song of the day was by the great Olivia Newton-John. "Make a Move on Me."
Oh, I didn't know if it was physical.
No, that was overplayed. But Olivia, man, she rocked.
I know, but I remember seeing that one.
Kenny, have you ever been mellow? Have you ever been mellow?
Please.
Oh, there's so many good ones. There's so many good ones on that soft rock thing. I get them. My wife gets embarrassed because I'm just
I don't think I sent it to our thing. I think I sent it to everybody. The physical tour with Olivia Newton-John.
Yeah.
Come on, that was great.
Yeah.
Now I got to watch her video from that on YouTube or something.
Make a move on me.
And her little leotard. Let's
Yum,
get
yum.
physical.
Yeah, with a whole bunch of fat guys like me trying to.
I didn't notice anybody else in the shot. I just noticed she was in there.
There's somebody else in my video.
Anywho.
Wow, I really lost track of the chat tonight, and I apologize. I sort of lost it around the Dick York Masters of the Universe. Kenny was doing a good job watching. Somehow we got into DVDs are still good and have better menus.
Yeah, me and Juno were talking about that because he was bringing up like with the big like what Corey was saying about the expensive like 4Ks and the Blu-rays and stuff like that. He said, the DVDs have more like special features than some of the big ones that you pay $60 for.
They had like very cool menus, and some of them had like little games in them almost. You could kind of play there. It's like, why can't you? I was like, if DVDs could do it, why can't you do it?
Especially a lot of those Blockbuster exclusives that you get, like Whatnot. Not a sponsor. I'll never go on there again. But Whatnot. If you go on there, they're like 50 cents to $1. And if you get those like Blockbuster exclusives, like Corey said, they have like a lot of games that you can get a free Blockbuster rental. With,
That still work?
Not in my area.
You go to Oregon because I think that's where the last one is.
The last one?
I'd like to buy a shirt.
Yeah, call Greg. He's
Road trip.
He'll pick it up for you.
Then I don't know what happened with Laurel and Hardy and Stan Laurel. I lost track of that. I apologize, guys.
Oh yeah, Russell was talking about that. I didn't get that either.
But Juno did point out a fact that the reason DVDs are much better than 4Ks is that 85% of 4Ks are defective and getting errors, not working anymore, and waste $40 on crap and then get the 50-cent DVD in good condition with good definition.
Honestly, there's some DVDs that still look pretty darn good. In my opinion, I know some people disagree with me, but that's fine. But there's some DVDs that I'm like, there was a couple that are movies that are stuck on DVD. Every once in a while I'll throw it in to watch for a night because I just feel like watching it, and I'm like, that doesn't look too bad. I'm not saying it's any better than a 4K, but I'm like, I'm okay with that. Still, I mean, I'd love it to get a little love and maybe get a Blu-ray or a 4K or something. But there's some that still look pretty darn good. And then going to the next step, there's some Blu-rays that look so good that when a 4K comes out, I'm like, I'm okay. If there's nothing super crazy, special edition, like extra features that come out on it, there's some I'm like, I'm okay with the Blu-ray. I'm good with it. So,
yeah,
thanks for the blurb, Sean. Thank you.
Oh yeah, you just noticed that?
Yeah, I just did.
I just bought it actually.
Oh, awesome! That's great. That's great.
It's not. It's not. It's pretty inexpensive too. So I'll just say that. Sorry. Yeah. So,
that's cool.
I got one on the way.
Cool. One of the things that I've heard about 4Ks is that there's that gas buildup in the case, and you open it, you'll see, if you keep one closed for a while and sealed, and then you open it, you'll see like a weird film on the disc that you have to clean off before you play it or it'll error out.
I haven't had it in a while, but one that was really bad was the Rocky 4K set when it came out. I got that one, and we opened it up. I opened it up. It was weird. It was like a greasy, gassy, like all over the plastic.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of people were bitching about Scream Factory.
Yes.
When they came out with the Child's Play movies and stuff.
I had that.
I know a lot of people. I didn't have any. I've never had that issue, but I don't have a lot of 4Ks. So
right. Yeah, I haven't had that issue, but
it's weird. I don't know what it's all
weird.
from.
I've had a few 4Ks that will stutter on my player, and then I'll put them in my, like, I have a Panasonic 4K player. I'll put them in my PS5 and they'll work fine. So I don't know what the deal is with that, which is weird. And vice versa. They'll have problems with PS5 and then they'll work fine on the Panasonic. Just going through the chat here, Mr. Dan throwing in some comments for Damnation Alley.
Of course, he loves that fucking movie.
Yeah. I really need to get somebody to run the chat for me because I get into the conversation and I can't do two things at once.
It's hard. It's hard to, especially when you got a group of people on. You know, even with one other person, it could be challenging. But yeah, you get a group of us, and we're all chattering away. It gets hard to keep up with it all.
Well, here's a happy fun fact to end the show with. The 17-year-old stuntman who did the full body burn in The Burning was killed in an Airwolf accident.
Wow, it's too bad.
Did not know that.
Didn't know that.
Did not know
All right, guys. We'll wrap it up for tonight. I want to, unless anybody else has anything else they want to chime in on, I really appreciate you coming on.
43 minutes, I'll be over with Texas. We're watching porn. I have no idea what the hell it is. So, everybody go over to Texas's channel tonight with me and Juno, and we'll watch something fun. We usually have a good room and then a lot of fun chat. So, and Corey, thanks, bud. We're awesome.
No, 100%. I appreciate y'all having me back. You're brave souls to have me back on more than once. So I'll just no.
I appreciate you coming back because we had to reschedule this episode because of
dude, things like that happen all the. No. Yeah. I've believe me, in my own personal life, I've had that happen many times. So that. I completely understand. Stuff happens.
What happened, guys? Everybody out there who gives a shit. I went for a simple doctor's visit, and they kept me in the ER for 12 hours. So I was admitted to the ER for 12 hours.
That gives you a pass. That gives you a pass. Yeah, that gives you a pass. But no, honestly, that does not bother me whatsoever because I've had it happen myself where I've had to do those things. You know, things come up that are more important, more urgent than this, and we always can find another time to hang out. But I appreciate you keeping me in mind and rescheduling it.
No,
I had a good time hanging out with you.
You're always great. You're always great out here, bud.
Well, no. Now I gotta have you all on. Make sure I get you all on my channel because apparently I haven't had everybody on my channel yet. So.
I was just kidding, by the way. I was just fucking kidding.
Come on, Jim. Let's schedule a time.
And we're watching The Wicker Man over at Texas's channel tonight. And as Juno would say, not the piece of shit Nick Cage movie.
Right.
The
original one that I've never seen. So it's going to be a fun first time watch.
That's got a naughty scene in there with the gal hitting on the
you get
wall,
boobies?
you know? And
yeah. You get boobies and Christopher Lee.
Yeah. There you go.
Love, man.
So
very nice.
Have fun with that.
And the original Edward, help me out here.
Edward Furlong.
Equalizer.
Corey,
the original Equalizer is the star of the movie.
Ed Woodward.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I did not put that together. Yeah.
Yep.
This
He's the
is
star.
why you're on the show, Kenny, because you can pull names out of the air like that.
That's the only thing I'm really good for, basically. Singing Melissa Manchester songs.
Instead of the other names you say, "Hey Kenny, what's the name of the actor in the?"
Oh, they
hey
do
Kenny,
that to me
can
all
you?
the time.
You're
the only person. My mom said you don't know a lot, but you have a lot of useless knowledge up there.
Oh, there's crap like
thanks,
that too. That I'll say that all the time too. Where I'm like, I can remember some actor's name from like an '82 movie and what other movies they were in, but then I can't remember where I put my car keys, you know, or something.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
That.
Yeah. You need a random fact
about don't remember why I walked in there. Leave, remember, go back, and forget again.
You need a random fact about Christopher Big Dick Atkins. Kenny's your guy.
No, enough said. Enough said.
A night in
I'm
heaven.
sorry.
Enough said.
That one came out of nowhere that night.
Chris Atkins, A Night in Heaven. Coming to Best Drawn Video.
All right. On that note, we'll call it
Yeah.
a night.
On that note.
Thank you, Corey, for coming on. As always.
Thanks, Corey.
No, thank you for having me on.
Guys,
It was a blast like usual.
Yeah, same here. And guys in the chat, I apologize for the neglect, but thanks for being here. Thanks for chiming in. And of course, Jim and Kenny, thank you as well. Keep
Was
yourselves
fun.
around the bar. And we will see you in 2 weeks. We don't have
2 weeks.
we don't have a topic for 2 weeks from now, which is weird. We've had a topic for the last month and a half. So
We've been coasting on our laurels.
we've been coasting on our laurels. So we have to come up with a new idea. So that'll take us the next 2 weeks. So you'll find out.
2 weeks.
You got 2 weeks to figure it out.
Right. All right, everybody. Everybody have a good night. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Have a good night, everybody.
Night, everybody. Take care.